What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, I am joined by the lady. She has that fire that burns within. Ashlyn, what? I thought of that earlier today, and I've been waiting all day to say it.
That was straight fire. That was like the fire writing gift that like everyone posts after like someone says some crazy shit. Yeah, I know.
Oh man,
What's up?
How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling great. You know, it's kind of like the feeling you get when you like accomplish your dreams. Like it's a pretty sick feeling. I'm not gonna lie. So and now I'm here. Cool.
Hey, listen, I am glad you're here. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to join me. I know you were talking earlier. You know, you've got like a video coming out with Lupine Fiasco, I believe.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow. Show John some love. Also, if you guys are curious where you can catch more of Ashlyn after the stream, it is in the title. It's that blue hyperlink. You can click on it. It'll take you to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work for you, it's in the description as well. So it should be very easy to find. And if you want to play her deck that she made it all the way to top 4 with, you can hit !deck in the chat to find that.
Ooh.
So please tell me that you've been enjoying yourself a little bit, you know, like top 4 nationals got to be like a dream come true. You just said, please tell me you've done something fun since.
Oh, I sent like a gift to I sent like a message to Taylor after I went 8-0 on the first day, and I said clout obtained as like a play on him putting my character in, you know, playing for clout tier. And then he sent me the Kobe Bryant gif of like job's not done. And so I just kept locking that in my head. And so I just like I compartmentalized all the like celebration into like I'm just happy to be here and I'm just gonna go as far as I can. And then afterwards, I went and got fish and chips and drank a Guinness Stout. If anyone wants to know what my favorite alcoholic beverage of choice, it is any type of beer. I don't know how that happens, but randomly, I've just started liking beer. I think it's like a vibe, like kicking back, drinking a Modelo, like ate some fish and chips at a British pub, a couple blocks away from the venue. Drove all the way home, been relaxing. You know, it's kind of hard to sleep, you know, when you're like living a dream, it's kind of hard to like fall asleep because like there's some kind of like weird meta stuff going on with that. But it was hard to sleep the first couple of days because it was just like still so buzzing from the entire situation. But I got some good sleep and I've been relaxing, trying to relax mostly. But I've been taking my time. I'm going to plug something that I've been doing. Bryce Platts hit me up and he was like, Ashlyn, do you want to write an article for AG Premium? And so we're going to have, I'm going to go into a lot of my thoughts and any questions you may have here. But if you want like the full extent, like fully well-written thoughts with a bunch of jokes sprinkled in pure Ashlyn fashion, then you should go over and check out AG Premium. The article will be up eventually. It should give you like literally everything you need to know playing Fai in your Nat season, from like heuristics and play lines into my specific build and the differences between that and Matt Gump's versus like the evolution of Fai up until this point. It's good. I've been writing the article. It's been very fun to do. So I think you should check that out. And also, if you go and subscribe to AG Premium, you can also read an article from, I forgot his name. I think his name was, it's Aggro Blaze 96. That guy's got a crazy Aurora article. I don't know how much it holds up, but I assume it's you clicked on it.
I appreciate that. I would like to imagine that I have. I have not seen the list. I know there was an Aurora that cashed nationals, and I've not seen their list yet. So I don't know how close I was. But
I think you probably were pretty close. And honestly, like, it's Michael Mouse Gem Lottery. Like, and honestly, if your fans just voted to play Aurora, I think you would have like top 8, probably, you know, won the event at the end of it. Like, I know you had a very like robust plan into Victor to try to like take down that deck and fatigue scenarios. So I was looking forward to you playing a real deck, but you just had to play Betsy.
Listen, I would have loved to have played Aurora at the event. That would have been great. It's funny that you bring up AGE because if you're watching and you're curious of how to get there, you can do !AGE in the chat just to save you some time. So it's already set up for you guys just to make it easy.
You have 2 articles for the price of 1 here. Like, you get a subscription, you can read from things written by these 2 lovely people. It's like, it's such a win-win. Oh my gosh.
You can't lose over there. I mean, plus, like, you know, a guy on AGE did take down the event. Like, Colin won the whole thing. So, have I got to tell you that story?
Wish not.
About watching you and Colin play in top 4. Have I got to tell you about this?
I think you might have mentioned it, but I gotta tell you, like, I had the mental presence of someone on an insane level of drugs. I gotta be honest. I was not there past the last game I played. So you're probably gonna have to reiterate it. And also so the stream also.
Yeah, no, so I was watching when I was watching the game, I walked up and all I could see was Colin. Like the judge was standing where I couldn't see you sitting at the table. And so I see Colin and I'm like, oh, nice. Like I love Colin. Like maybe Colin will win. And then I look over and I see you and I'm like, but I really want Ashlyn to win. I'm like, I don't like, I was like, I feel like I can't win and I can't lose at the same time somehow. So
yeah. You know what's funny? That's how I think me and Colin felt in the game. Like we had an hour 30 conversation before the game, just about random life stuff and deck stuff. I think my favorite story was that we were waiting for a game and I didn't know when to start. So I went down and I was like, hey, Colin, you mind if I sit next to you? And he's like, absolutely sure. I'm just looking through your deck list. And he's like, do you want my deck list here? And we literally talk through each other's deck list with each other. And I'm like, ooh, More Lefay is a fun inclusion. Like, I don't play Gravy, but I know not everyone's on that. And that's why you hear me on the stream when he tutors for a chum. I'm like, oh, that's curious. You have 3 chums in your deck. It's like a niche meta pick to include chum. And I was joking the entire time about that. And so we developed a rapport. And then we were a certain point of the game, and this was about 3 turns of my hands drawing terrible and Colin just getting every out. And I'm like, Colin, if you win this game, you're the fucking go. I can't even be mad. And so we were just both kind of rooting for each other in that game. At least that's how I felt, and I assume Colin felt the same way. We just wanted a good game of Fab, and we ended up getting it. So I was super happy about that.
I was I had a chance to watch back your all's game, I got to watch the stream as I was flying back, and it was a great game.
Yeah,
you all had an absolute banger of a match to watch in top 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
we love entertaining the people. it's a fun time. I mean, if I'm top 2 and my dreams get crushed or whatever, that's another thing. But I was just happy to be there. And low-key, getting Sigil of Solace to lose the game is in fact the fucking way to go out. So I'm not too mad about that.
No, I mean, for sure. And it was a great game. I mean, it was a great run. I got to be honest with you. I don't think anybody had Fai on their bingo card, except for people playing Fai this weekend on top 8.
He was not on my bingo card. He was bottom of A, top of B at best. I got to be honest. I thought he was good. I thought I could do well at the event, but I was there's no way this is actually one of the best decks in the format. And then turns out if you kind of look at it from a certain perspective, he ended up being one of the best picks in the event just from the way all the pieces moved around surrounding the banning of all the Acilio cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll talk more about that in the article and also here. But yeah, it ended up being that Fai was just really good for this event, and 66% conversion to top 8, 100% conversion to day 2. That's some numbers right there. That's crazy.
That's pretty good. So I have to ask, you mentioned that, it feels like as someone who plays you during ProQuest season and RTN season, you're always playing Fai. Fai is kind of more of a passion pick, it feels like, which there's nothing wrong with that. And you said that you feel like the deck maybe wasn't the best deck, but that you were in a good position. Did you have, when you came into the event, was there expectation goals of cashing or making day 2 or top 8? Where was your bar at coming into the event?
My plan was to day 2, and I kept saying to everyone, I was like, oh my God, it's so over. I'm going to go 0-5, and then I'm going to cry. But it was if I went 0-5, whatever. I'm just going to grind side events for the Cold Foil Marvel Ponder, which Fai actually runs in this list with the Phoenix Bannerman head, which I also have the Gem Pack promo. I've spent way too much goddamn money on this deck. At some point, I can grab it and show you. I won't spoil my gold foil. I pulled a gold foil and traded it in for a different gold foil. So now I'm the proud owner of a gold foil Shuko. So that's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pumped. But what we were talking about, sorry, I've really bad ADHD.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I jump around all the time when I'm live, so I think chat's used to it. We were talking about your expectations, going into day 2 cash, things like that.
Yeah, I was just kind of I like my expectations going into the event, if I have to be fully honest, were I think I made a really good deck. I was really proud of how I ended up. Usually people will be like, "Oh, it's all right." But like when I got to this 80, I was like, I'm feeling really proud of how I ended up on this 80. And I still feel that way. I think it was like a very good 80 for the events based on like what I was expecting to face. And so I did feel confident that this deck could at least stay 2. I thought that it would perform well in the meta, much better than people expected. I thought he was a much better hero than people gave him credit for. But I obviously didn't think that he would be this good or perform this well. I had to I was in my bag before the event and I was really debating on just like picking an actual top tier deck. Like the other deck that I had in my bag at the time was Max Nitro. And it was like so hard to like not just pick the top tier in Max Nitro. And I had to downgrade all the way to B tier Fai. But okay, but like I'd say that to illustrate that there was really no other option besides like this is the only Max is the only other deck I own, and I just play it for the love of the game. And so I was just like, this is the only deck I want to play competitively, and I was locked in on it probably before I even came out the womb. I was a 5 player, so like it's just like there's no changing any of this unless he LLs, which God willing he stays for Pro Tour and Worlds, or else I'm cooked, and you're gonna see me on stream trying to resolve a mechanoid. So
I love it. That's awesome. I love seeing people with like, their like pet heroes do well. I would be lying if I said I wasn't hoping to put Betsy on that wall this weekend.
yeah, that deck's good.
But
Like that. I mean, it did perform well, but I saw you like 95% win rate, just like destroying some randos on stream, and I'm like, damn, do I have to like prep for this Betsy deck? I was like getting worried.
I learned I was very quickly reminded this past weekend that Talishar is not tier 4s. So that's what I've been telling everybody.
Mhm.
Also, Carly, the love of my life, thank you for 4 years of Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ashlyn, as we go through the stream, I am gonna like call out like Twitch and YouTube and things like that. So if I ever like
yeah.
jump off.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you need me to make a shout out for you, I got you as well. I've been around the content creation block for a bit now, so.
Oh,
I haven't done streams though. I should do streams. This sounds fun.
You should. They are my favorite way to do content. Like your chance to engage with the community, like in such a positive way, is just like it's what keeps me coming back, like 100%.
Fuck yeah, yeah. Also very good for like gameplay stuff. Sorry, I had like a whole content creation talk with Lupine.
Yeah.
Like we ended the stream and we talked for like 30 minutes about random content creating stuff, and like he was like, Ashton, you should make a Metafy. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You should definitely make a Metafy. 100%. I mean, I'd buy it. Vegas is coming up. I gotta find a deck for Vegas. So
well, here's the thing. I have to, in order to conquer my phobia of Metaphies, I gotta first conquer my primary fear, which is sending in a job application. So it's like I feel like job is a little higher than the Metaphi at the current moment. And so I graduated college and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna super prepare for Nats, and then after Nats, I'll start really focusing on the job hunting process and then working from there because I freshly graduated. We'll see if I can like get my way into a fun job. But that's besides the point.
no, I hope it works out for you. I know that jobs are not easy to find right now in the job market. So I'm pulling for you. Trust. I believe.
I'm gonna try. Top 4 United States National Championship is an amazing resume. But like honestly,
I don't
for
know
like
how
a tech
you
job,
don't put that on your resume.
oh, of course I do. I like literally was running a bit with my dad. It was like, okay, I want to apply for a job, but I'll just like win the whole event so that I can put it on my resume. And then I actually did well enough to put something on my resume. It's so funny.
If Fernando Mendoza is going to put the Heisman and the national championship on his resume, you 100% have to put top 4 US Nats on yours. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a great conversation starter. It's like, yeah, no, out of like 560 people, I got 4th at an event that like highly tests your brain power over like long periods of time. And they're like, oh, That must mean you're very smart. I can try to convince them though. I can act smart enough. But this stream, it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna play out a play line, and I'm like, tell you what to do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this is completely wrong. We lost like 6 value.
No, that's okay. I want you to backseat tonight while we are playing because it's been a long time since I played Fai. Like it's been a minute. We have a few new cards which we can talk about here in just a minute. I do have another question for you though about like the deck, and you mentioned that you really liked your 80 and its positioning for the weekend. There are probably some people watching this who are curious to know what they should take to their nationals events coming up here in the next week or the next 3 weeks. Would you tell them that Fai is a good pick, or do you think that the meta will adapt in a way that maybe pushes Fai back down a little bit?
I would say Fai is the best aggro deck to be playing right now. I think relative to what's going on, I don't think the meta is going to respond and change that much in reaction to Fai entering. I just don't think he's popular enough for that. I think it's a waste of your time to put gravekeeping in sideboards. I think people are going to be more prepared for Fai, but truthfully, the angle that Fai has over Syndra and Dio is that Syndra cares about whether your opponent blocks or not. Fai doesn't. Dio cares about whether your opponent fatigues or not. Fai doesn't. And so what ended up happening was people were playing slot Victor, just like pure degenerate gambling. Oh my god, I played Dagon White. I'm not saying that his build was degenerate. Okay, I'm not. But I won 6 out of 7 clashes. Like, this shit's getting ridiculous. The ninja should not be winning the clashes.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was able to like win more Victor games because the fatigue Victors don't really have an angle into you. They have an angle into Syndra and Dio, but you are very well insulated into the slot Victors. And compared to Syndra and Dio, you have very good play into even the tempo Victors because you sometimes like you can just block pass, block pass, block pass. Ooh, I drew a great turn. Oh, you set Middle Grindstone? You die. And like Fai has that capability, whereas Syndra clearly does not. Yeah. And also don't play Syndra because like I want people out there to like have fun with the game and not be like, okay, Ronin Renegade. Let me go into Ravenous Rabble and like pass out mid game. Like the beauty sleep is important, but like I feel like you get your 8 hours and you don't really need more. But if like you're desperate for sleep, I think you can play Syndra at any event.
I love it. Now, chat, this is for you guys because I told Ashlyn this before the stream started. She didn't realize it when she agreed to be on the stream tonight, but how we do tonight is going to determine if I play Fai at a $500 cash tournament this weekend. Now, if you would like the details on that, !clash in the chat will get you the details on that, where it's going to be and everything. Yeah, no, it's our local game store. He's putting on a big tournament. And like first place is $500 cash, and second place is like $200 store credit, and like it keeps going down through like top 8. It's a pretty big event.
Oh my god, send me the Addy. I'm about to snipe this event. Holy shit.
I mean, you're about 4 hours from me, I think. Right?
Oh, that's chump change.
You're like in the Raleigh?
We drove like 9 hours to Philadelphia. But no, I'm busy this weekend. If I wasn't, I might like convince a squad to come over. But.
I understand. So we'll see. If we do well tonight, we might sleeve up Fai and play it this weekend, which for my locals means that they're going to have to go back and watch the stream because I don't think they're going to know what Fai has to throw at them.
Oh, yeah, no, this hero's like, 3 people played this deck at Nats, and like 2 of them got in top 8. Like this deck's ridiculous. Like
that is a
still like
crazy conversion percentage. Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
All right, let's jump over and take a look at the deck. Can you see the screen with the deck list?
Oh yeah, I can. Okay. And I can see it in all its joking deck name glory.
I'm so glad you brought this up. So earlier, I had this pulled up on the screen when I was like setting everything up for our stream. And my wife, Carly, walks by and she was like, "You named the deck MILF?" And I was like, no, Ashlyn named the deck MILF. And I said, "Man, I love Fai." And she just laughed and like walked out of the room. Like, it was great.
Oh, my dreams were crushed. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to name the deck MILF so that when it goes on stream, they'll have to like show the name. And then I'm going to get to see like Pankaj and Sam O'Byrne be like, What? Oh man, I love Fai. I wanted to see them go through that, but unfortunately, they did not get to see the name. It was strategically designed for that. I usually don't name my deck list these. I name it like random song lyrics.
Okay. All right. I'm here for that.
Yeah, but man, I love Fai. This hero is fun. This is great. That's a great hero.
I'm very excited for tonight. So, for anybody who has not played Fi in a while, Fi, basically how I describe Fi, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is that you get like an extra might token every turn, is how I like to describe Fi in this weird way off of what his hero power does.
I would agree with that, but imagine instead of the might token was a separate attack. Like, and you can just come in for that little one. But might token's a good way to describe it. And sometimes your deck doesn't give you the might token, and you get really mad at the deck. But it is kind of a might token every turn. That is a good way to describe it.
I feel like that's just like the basic way that I think about it. Imagine if your might token could trigger Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. It's like a cool way to think about it.
Imagine if your +1 in Ira had sauce. Imagine if like you were playing Ira and you got +1 value every turn, but it was really cool and it could be a pitch card, or it can be 1 value on offense, or you can get it early in a chain, or you can arsenal it. You can arsenal your +1. You can arsenal a might token. That's awesome.
That is great. You can arsenal a might token. I will be stealing that for when I'm talking to somebody this weekend for sure. Another upgrade that the deck got from the Hunted, which has been out for about a year and a half or so.
About a year and a half, I think.
Is Dragon Scalar Flight Path, giving you the ability to give things go again, attack with other things extra times. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cards ever. Like when I was in the trenches in purple chat and we were talking, and I was like, oh, I think Snapdragons is better. Just this like blah blah blah. And then I like put the piece in my head. I'm like, if you play Ignite and then have a blue, your Everblade, you just convert into you get a free head jab, essentially out of this card. And this card has just so many uses. The Battle Worn one is so broken for covering breakpoints. Leave no witnesses. Get out of here. If you have a bunch of blues you can't convert properly, Dragon Scalar. You have multiple finishers, Dragon Scalar. You want to wait until the on-hit trigger happens before you commit to giving it go again and activating your Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Dragon Scalar. Yeah, important. This is an instant, not an attack reaction. So when you're playing Fi, like, and I'm not talking about just you in general. I'm talking about all the people at home playing Fi. Make sure to use this in the damage step to give something go again, because sometimes your opponent expects it to be an attack reaction, and it is not.
No, that was one of the coolest things that I've always liked about this card, is the fact that it's an instant. Gives you so much flexibility with how you can utilize this and like really get into your opponent's head in a lot of ways, I feel like.
Yeah, it's just such a good flexible card. Does everything you want it to do. Also, random shout out. If you watch the stream games I played versus Colin Erickson, you can start an entire Fi turn with 2 blues in this by swinging the sword, paying 1 from your first blue and 1 from your second blue to activate Dragon Scalars targeting this, and then swing the other blue. So you essentially convert 2 blues into 2 head jabs, and if you draw no Draconic Starter in that hand, you just fully do an on-rate turn with this thing. It has bailed me out so many times, and it's just like a random thing that this card can do. It's like one of my favorites. If I wasn't gonna get a gold foil Shuko, definitely getting gold foil of this would make me quite happy.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever seen one of these in gold foil. I bet it looks really clean though.
Yeah, it looks. I would assume it looks really cool because it's already kind of like golden.
That's true. Yeah, it just like pops and blends in. I like that. Tunic is not something that you see every day in like these low to the ground aggro decks like this. How are we using and abusing Tunic?
Art of the Phoenix War, Rise from the Ashes. That's it. We're abusing it because it curves so well with what you're trying to do off of Art of the Phoenix War.
Okay.
And I've decided ultimately to be a little greed monster and run 12-1 costs despite my better judgment, because they are really powerful 12-1 costs. And Tunic just allows you to actually convert that out so well. You can sit on a Tunic counter. This is great into those combo matchups to like incrementally get value out of it.
Mhm.
You can find a value for a resource on most Fai turns, whether that's like double Ember Blade swings or like you play an Ignite, activate Tunic, swing Sword for 3. A lot of really cool play lines open you up when you have Tunic, but most of the time, when I'm playing a game of Fab and I'm playing the combo configuration, which is running Art of the Phoenix War, my goal is to find a Rise from the Ashes, draw into an Art of the Phoenix War, and have my Tunic on 3. And by the time that happens, if all things go well and I'm able to, usually by the time I make it to turn 3, I'll have my combo assembled. So it doesn't really make sense to run an old knocker when, maybe I like draw the 2 cards natty together, but that very, very rarely happens. So
Mhm.
Tunic is just a really important part of your combo, ensuring you don't brick, um, playing around no blue hands, playing around an abundance of blue hands to swing Emberblade twice. So Tunic is just really important to keep the cost curve going. I've like flirted with the idea of Old Knocker. Also, Jaden, shouts to them, was on Vest of the First Fist, which is like a super funny one. But I generally think that like getting the resource outside of hitting them is quite important just to start your chain with like drawing a bunch of cards. So
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Now, this card is very, very strong, and I think very often known as tutoring up like a lava burst as a chain ender as a way to like apply a bunch of damage. But there have been hands where you can use this to search up like an ignite or a fire that burns within to like keep the damage train going and like extend and push more damage.
yeah, what's this? The new cards in Compendium really changed how you operate playing this card. It's so much different now. Old Fire, you were like 7 value, send the fucking Lava Burst in, or send the Salt, or send the Tenacity. Now it's like, oh, I could tutor for an Ignite, and reduce the cost, make the curve. I could tutor for an Inflame the Firebrand. I need to make my Dragon Power Draconic, or my Salt or Tenacity Draconic. Honestly, the thing that I tutor on most with this nowadays is Fire that Burns Within. It's so nice to have a Lynx tutor, high value Lynx tutor with Go Again. Because if you natty draw like a Lava Burst, oftentimes your biggest, like you've played 5 before where you're
Mhm.
like, okay, here's Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Oh wait, I have a finisher in hand. Okay, this is the Lynx turn. Oh, I have a finisher. And you just get like caught in the muck with these finishers, but Lynx gives you like a lot of viable Go Again powerful stuff. And I constantly said, you don't tutor Inflame like ever. And then I did it in 2 of the games and it solo won me the game. So I kind of ate my words for that. And so now I have like I like made a joke on Purple where somewhere if you like scroll up and you like look at the things that I've sent that are images, I have an Inflame apology form in there. Like the meme template where it's like check. I like didn't check the statistics enough. I didn't know is this good with Rake over the coals. Like I had like a whole bit going. I'll pull it up later. But yeah, no, this card is so good. And I genuinely think a lot of what we're gonna be like looking at today is just picking the right target for this. Because it genuinely makes all the value more. And like at the start, it was like 30% FTB, and then it was like 40%, 50%, 60%, and then it just kept climbing. And I'm like, because like we'll talk about the numbers on Fire that Burns Within later. And so once we get into that, it'll kind of illustrate why it's a really good target.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Searing Emberblade is probably one of my favorite weapons they have ever printed in the game. I remember having a cold foil of this during that like ProQuest season or RTN season or something like that where I like top aided and I was super happy to have like this cool version of the card.
hmm
Why Searing Emberblade over something like Kadachi's?
There's too much armor in the game. That it's just like also 3 is greater than 2. We love like we love going to it's the first grade or it's probably like kindergarten. They learn that like 3 is greater than 2. Actually, no, they don't really know anything down there. They're like learning off iPads now. They know like all the memes, but they don't know how to like add. I'll be
True.
surprised like how the next generation of Flesh and Blood players do when I'm like in the retirement home. But anyways, Searing Everblade, really good card. Kadachi just like runs into the problem is like you want to play this card with Mask of Memento. It's like good with Salt the Wound. But like even like Syndra, I go like Kadachi, she blocks with Dragon Scale. So I'm like, Syndra, you are the one aggro deck that blocks the worst with armor. And you can just shut down my plan because you have Battle Worn Boots.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nowadays, like Kadachi's just ain't cutting it. You need the damage from Emberblade. It also like pairs so well with Dragon Scalers. It's like I've always been an Emberblade truther. I played Kadachi's at one point for the love of the game, but the love in my heart very much so got removed when it just was never working. And I was just like, I'll pick the good card. That's also more fun to play with. I just like playing with Searing Everblade more.
Okay, awesome. I love
Also,
it.
no brands. No brands is a big part of no Kodachis. Because every single good turn cycle with Kodachis was centered around brands and being able to make one of them draconic, but you can't do that.
There was a lot of turns. Like in 2023, I played a Fai deck that had Kodachis in it, and we were using brand a lot to get to that second or third chain link so that we could make everything function and make it work. So that makes a lot of sense. That without brand, we're in an awkward spot. Tiger Stripe Shuko. I feel like
This might be
I love this
most
card.
This might be the most broken arm piece legal in CC currently. I don't know if that's like cap or whatever. This shit's like 10 value. I don't know what to tell you. Like you trigger it like every turn in this deck because you have so many 2 or less cards. The unpreventable rarely matters, but sometimes it does. And it blocks you in the end game. Like I've had so many games where I'm just like, oh, my Shuko got 1 billion value. Wait, you're coming at me for a breakpoint? Oh, I'll just block with my Shuko. I'm fine. Like there were so many like this card is so incredibly broken that sometimes in end games where we're getting down to the last turns, I will block with a Blaze Headlong in hand over blocking with this. Because this just converts to so much value over the course of the game. And so it's like one of the best parts about Fai is his equipment suite is some of the most powerful in Flesh and Blood currently. Lynx is like 7 value. This is like 7 value. Your Dragon Scalers can be up to 4 value. Like you just have so much damage and raw numbers in your equipment suite. And Shuko is like probably one of the most prime examples of that, just getting you that long-term increment of value. Also makes you great into Illusionist, even though like Ziggy doesn't really play auras and just goes like, I'll play an aura and I'll swing it with Iris of Reality. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, being able to use your equipment like in such an efficient way will give you so much value over the course of the game that it feels like it's almost impossible to lose with this hero. Which after your run, you may feel that way from this past weekend.
Oh yeah, this hero's like so broken. Just like Mario can't stand up, Victor can't do. I had 5 best deck. You know the best deck in format. Best deck is Fai. Okay, that's what people are saying when they say BDIF. Is they're all like secretly saying that was what I was the other one I was debating between for the name of the thing, but I thought MILF was like better shock value. So.
I mean, listen, you could have put like all of it there. We could have just said like MILF BDIF, and it would have been great. Like it would be like the perfect deck name. I feel like
you're so right. That's a missed opportunity. Get them next time at Pro Tour.
All right. We have a lot of really cool cards that I feel like have very different purposes. Blaze Headlong is just, I mean, it's a pretty solid 0 for 4. Converts with Go Again. Like,
there's nothing here. It's cool. Like, this is like your 0 for 4. Like, it's been with us for so long. It's like the teddy bear that you cuddled when you were 3 years old. Like, mounting it never leaves you, or Blaze Headlong never leaves you. And like, it also has the additional utility of just pairing really well with some of these like, not like Rise from the Ashes, giving this Go Again. Art of the Phoenix War, giving this Go Again. If you play Rake and you're a little bit of like a degenerate gambler, if you play Rake, you can play Rake in reaction to this, which was one of my favorite play lines to ever play. And so this like is an extender, but sometimes it's just like a great 0 for 4 starter, depending on like what kind of instance and like non-attack action cards you play earlier in the chain. It's good stuff.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Your description of this is the teddy bear you hugged when you were 3 really in like a weird way hits home for me. This was the second set released when I started playing this game, and I fell in love with Fai straight out of the box because Blaze Headlong, this 0 for 4 with like such an easy condition for Go Again, was so broken when it came out. So it's funny. It's funny to see how the game has changed in the last like 4 years.
Yeah.
You're going to have to talk me into this card. I won't lie. You're going to have to talk me into this one.
So can I ask you something? Do you like Lava Burst?
I love Lava Burst.
Now imagine Lava Burst. Again. Copies 4 through 5. That's what this is. It's Lava Burst copies 4 through 5. Lava Burst is one of the most broken cards ever. Just like put more copies of it in it, fool. And like I got like the Southeast Asian version of like Whatnot random promo. I don't even know why LSS like had this promotion. But the extended art of this is the most beautiful card they've ever printed, and it's like $80. I own two. It's sunk cost fallacy at this point. The other one could have been like a Tenacity or something, but like honestly, also like the way I like the slot that this fills is like Phoenix form, which I think Phoenix form is good, but kind of not in the shell that I'm running. And then Rake Over the Coals, which I find that card is good on your. It's a very win more card. On the turns where it's good, and it's like gets you 6 value, it's obviously good.
Mm-hmm.
But on the turns where it gets you 6 value, it's an Art of the Phoenix War turn where this would also get you 6 value. And then this one also gets you more value on the like. It's Lava Burst that doesn't trigger Shuko. However, the whole bit that we got going on here is that you have so many cards that trigger Shuko already. You have Ignite, Fire that Burns Within, Inflame the Firebrand. You're playing multiple Phoenix Flames on each of your turns. Like, you are very rarely getting the Shuko value out of the Lava Burst. So it's usually the same. And plus, you have like slight clash equity into Victor. Like, if they flip a Ripple away and you flip this, you know you're like, you know you got to hit the casino after the game and like put it all on like 17 black. So
you twisted my arm.
Great. Yeah, I think it's good, but I genuinely like understand if this is definitely one of the more contentious slots, but it's a personal favorite of mine. And Ellie Bird is also on this card, even back in like under the World's meta, where just like having more copies of Lava Burst, always a good thing, especially since, and I'll get into this later, our Dragon Scalar Flight Path is taxed way less now that we're drawing random cards and we can have like an influx of blues or whatever. If your blue base is less playable on random turns, you don't want a lot of finishers because you're going to be taxing your Dragon Scalar to be able to convert like a Warmongers into a second Emberblade Swing. But with my blue base and the fact that it's like all very playable cards, you usually can save that for double finisher turns with Compounding. It's just a solid card.
Okay. It is. I like that you bring up the promo because I did not realize how much they were. When we went to Singapore last year, I had a buddy of mine who is from Indonesia, I believe, gave me one of these. And I thought it was just a random promo. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. And I had it sitting in a binder, but I've never played it in anything. And I looked up the price and I was like, oh my gosh, like, does this person know they gave me like a ridiculously priced card? So now I wish I had a second one.
Oh yeah, no, you're like, by the way, you're welcome. That card probably doubled in price. So I just made you $80. You can Venmo me like 40 and we can call it even or something.
I was
Same thing with Boots of Omnis Ward. If you bought Boots of Omnis Ward, send me a little. Okay, I'm so sorry. It was the worst kept secret of the event that that Boots of Omnis Ward was nuts. And then I checked TCG Player afterwards, and I'm like, oh, this is a $100 card now. LMFAO.
I bought a copy of Boots of Omnis Ward basically against my will because the team told me it was good for my Betsy deck for $32. Mm-hmm. I am so glad I bought one.
Yeah. Cards nuts. We'll get into it. We'll get into it later. But yeah, we love Combating Acre. And we love the promo. It's beautiful.
It is a very nice looking card.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like the one pick that the Fai chat will be like, okay, Ashlyn's a lobotomized idiot. She has no idea how to play Flesh and Blood or evaluate math. This card is like, I want to play Dragon Power. I always want to resolve Dragon Power for 6 value. This guarantees I always resolve it for 6 value. It's a 0 for 3 extender. You used to have a lot of these. You used to have like Lava Vein Loyalty and all that jazz. But now it's just, we got the Lone Display Loyalty. Fealty's good. Fealty makes your Salt the Wounds come in for 2 more damage on double Anthem turns and your Tenacity come in for more. It allows you to play with Oath of Loyalty a lot better when your deck can otherwise struggle to play with it. I definitely think it's the weakest card out of the 50 here by a large margin. Okay. And I think there's kind of like 2 philosophies that you can come in playing Fai. You either run Display Loyalty and Dragon Power to have some power in your blue base, or you forego the Display Loyalty, fill it in with something like a Phoenix Form or an extra Inflame. And then you put in some other worse blue in your blue base to have like a slightly better red. But Display Loyalty is also good because you create a fealty, and we have Overcrowd in the list. And I just like the utility of having a fealty. Also, I have the Marvel fealty. I think the first change I would make in this list is going down on these. I would probably go down to 2. I feel like 3 sometimes makes you like just get too many fealties and you have no use for them. But I think like 2 is a good sweet spot. Especially with the next card on the list, which I'm ready to just go into.
Yeah, no, you keep
Inflame
going.
the Firebrand. This is like it's so funny to me that every single pen card that was printed for this deck, if you said that this was the best card printed for Fai and Pen, I would unironically, if you gave me a good argument, I could believe you. Same with Fire That Burns Within and Art of the Phoenix War. Inflame the Firebrand, a 0/4 block 3 extender that triggers Shuko. Wowie. It's just a nuts card. Really fun to play. Also, the lady on this art is the Spreading Flames lady, which I thought that this was a reprint of Spreading Flames. When I saw the art in the pen thing, I think it's the same person.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
It looks like her. It looks just like her. Yeah.
Yeah, Spreading Flames lady is my goat. So like any card with art on her, I'm gonna run. But this card is very nuts. It's 0/4 at best. Worst case is a 0/2 that triggers Shuko. Making things draconic is very powerful. I've had a lot of turns where like I've got flooded with blues in hand, and I've played Inflame the Firebrand into like rowdy locals into dragon power, and this just like covers for both scenarios. Very flexible, good glue piece of the card. Just a very powerful card generally. And like what you'll see now is like because you're a longtime Fai player, you know that back in the day there were some bad cards in the list that you just had to run. But when you like look at the deck now, almost every card is a good card, which like really just shows how like better the deck has gotten and more like consistent it's gotten over time. But yeah, this card just solid.
We used to like argue over like flex slots that made like the extender path what it had to be to make the deck function. And now like we just feel like we don't have to do that. Like you look at Inflame and Fire That Burns Within, like it just feels like the deck has gotten so many like what I would call like small glow ups in a lot of ways. And it's put the deck into a really, really powerful position from where it was when I played it a long time ago.
Yeah, totally agree. I very much so like this kind of style of Fai a lot more than just like the Art of War. God, any deck that forces me to play Bittering Thorns, not a fan of. But Fire That Burns Within, this is arguably the best card in the set that got printed. It is good in every single matchup. It is good in your combo matchups. It's good in your mid-range matchups. It's a very powerful card. And so just like to go and like go back to the nostalgia of kindergarten, or in this case, like maybe 2nd grade. All right, we're going to do the math. All right. It comes in for 4, which triggers Shuko, but we'll ignore that for now. Your Phoenix Flame is roughly equivalent worth to 1 value in this case. So you're exchanging the Phoenix Flame down to 1 up to 3, or like down to 3 for a random card off the top of the deck, which I will say in terms of like my general math, and like Matt Gump agrees with this, a random draw in Fai is worth about 3.5 value on average. Okay. So this card is a 1 for 6.5 with Go Again, and is a 1 for 7.5 with Go Again if you trigger Shuko with it. The rate is nuts. It's fundamentally a really powerful card, good in small 3-card hands, good in the larger combo hands, great for Link's tutoring. A lot of the like difficulty with playing this deck now is you have a lot of random draws in like your small cards and your big cards. You even got a Ponder token, Phoenix Bannerman Head. So knowing how to play around what you could draw and knowing when it's good to play this card and draw off of it, knowing when it's not, knowing when it's to keep it safe. This card's very good for many things. And I'll just say like the 2 play lines you'll most commonly run into that are a bit weird. 0/3, Ember Blade. This card, it's going to attack, which will create a trigger on the stack. You activate Fire response, get the Phoenix Flame in hand, you let the trigger resolve, discard, draw a card. That's the most common way you use it in the small 3-card hand. Okay. And then if you're really struggling for starters and you have a blue, you can swing this in for 1, activate Fai in response to the trigger, discard the flame, draw a new card, and you've roughly converted this to, it's like now kind of like a 1-card 4 with Go Again minus your Phoenix Flame. So it's like it's kind of like a 0/3 Go Again, even at its worst case, which is playing it on the first chain link. This card is extremely powerful. I will like to point out, non-CC, the fact that this is a rare is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This card is like turbo busted and single-handedly makes Fai like really good in Sage. So it's quite the card.
Being able to play this in Sage is honestly mind-blowing to me.
I saw this card, I'm like, it's a rare? What are we doing? That was ridiculous.
Oh, it's a very, very strong card.
Yeah. Ignite. It's like if Draco Fire was good. Like, I mean, I know everyone's like, oh, Draco Fire, that sounds like a great Draconic card. It's not a chain link. That's the problem. It's not a chain link. Just fundamentally, every single problem with that card is because it's not a chain link. There's some like wacky mid-range build that you bring to your local armories, and then you say to your friends, oh my god, a 2-1 in my armory. Guys, look at my like really cool mid-range Fire. It's the truth. Like that card is Draco Fire's for that, for those people. Ignite's for the real players out here. Okay. Ignite is nuts. It's great for your cost curve. It allows you to be more greedy on your one cost. Pairs well with like Emberblade, double Emberblade swings. There's something so beautiful about playing Rise from the Ashes, playing Ignite, and then getting your Art of the Phoenix War discounted. Because this is not just attacks. It's things you play or activate. Works on your sword, works on your Art of the Phoenix War. It's an important part of this card and how good it is. It's also a 0-for-2 starter. Like, it's just a nuts card. It's a big glue piece. You're going to be in the games we'll play today. You'll very so much see the power in this card.
Okay, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Lava Burst.
Lava Burst, go next. We know this card's good. Like, I mean, we're never gonna Lava Burst. Now this is a bad card. This is a bad card we have to run. I'm gonna put you in my mind palace, Zach. Okay,
hit me with
Think
it.
with me for me. Okay, you're playing in the top. You're winning in. You're playing in the finals of the event you're gonna play tomorrow, like this weekend. Okay, you imagine it. Okay, oh my gosh, I have Tunic online. I have Art of the Phoenix War. I have Rise from the Ashes in my arsenal. Okay, I'm winning the game right here. Play Rise from the Ashes. Activate Tunic, Art of the Phoenix War. I'm like, oh my god, I'm winning. First card, Oath of Loyalty. Second card, Oath of Loyalty.
Ooh.
You lose the game on the spot.
Oh, that's so gross. Bad.
With random draws, it's just such a bad card. And so Matthew Gump, like, is not even on any one of these in the combo package. And it also doesn't pair with Rise from the Ashes. You have to play Oath of Loyalty, close chain, play Rise from the Ashes. Or in some cases, you have to play out a turn with Oath of Loyalty, close chain, play Rise from the Ashes. Like, it's fundamentally a bricky card. But it's 0-for-4, go again, block 3 on a starter. It's like so fundamentally good on every turn that isn't the pop-off turn that it's worth putting it in. And I think 2 is an acceptable number where sometimes it might cause you issues, but usually your worst case is you draw it and you just arsenal it for next turn. Or you draw 2 and you block with 1 because it blocks 3. But I think running 3 is levels of greed that need to be studied throughout our history textbooks. So I personally run 2. Some people run 3, and I think that's fine for them. But I personally really like the 2 that I've stuck with.
So, as someone who's played a lot of Fai in the past and played a lot of Syndra in the past year, I would say, I have tried a number of different combinations of this card. I've played 1, I've played 3, I've played 2, and every time I play 3, I just end up getting punished into the ground. I draw 2, or I'll draw 1 off of Mask of Momentum, and then I can't play it, and I can't play my arsenal, and it's just hung up and so awkward. But this card in a 1 or a 2 of number seems to be the sweet spot for getting maximum value.
Yeah. And the wise words of Dando, if I don't want to draw 2, I don't play 3. And that's a good deck build. Genuinely, sometimes you do want to run 3 of cards you don't want to play for 2 because they're that broken. Same Art of the Phoenix War. But usually the heuristic of if I don't want to draw 3 of it, maximum is 2. Dando has been all about that, and I totally agree. So that's why there's only 2 in the list.
I love Sam Dando. Shout out Dando. This is the piece that makes our hero work. This is where a lot of the real value is at, I feel with the deck.
Oh, no, I completely disagree. This card sucks. It's the worst card in your deck. I feel like nobody should run this card in their Fai list. I don't know. I'm feeling inspired by the latest heroes. get put out in the game that just don't use their hero ability. Like, I feel like I want to do that too. That sounds like a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm completely fucking around. This card's broken.
Like,
You want to run? I really got you. I got you there. I'm surprised.
You had me. I'm not gonna like. At first, I thought it was a bit, and then you kept going, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Ashland serious." I was like, "I'm playing Fai wrong." I was like, "What is going on?"
It is the best worst card in your deck. You love having it in your graveyard. You hate to see it drawn from your deck randomly. But you're a lot more fine with drawing it randomly because you have Fire that Burns Within and Art of the Phoenix War. I have built my deck in a way to where if I'm playing against a deck that I'm not running a combo configuration and I'm trying to mid-range them, which we'll get into the fact that I have a mid-range package later, I have found a way to not run more than one Phoenix Flame in those type of matchups. So that's why there's only one on the main board. I know Matt Gump plays 2 minimum in every single matchup he plays, just because, you know, he wanted to save some sideboard slots, which I super respect. But yeah, this card is what your entire deck is built around. It is like the most important card. The card itself is not particularly interesting, besides the fact that you can like pitch it, and it is a very interesting card. But relative to the things that operate around it, it's not something to take too much note of. Maybe the number I play in the deck and the sideboard might be a little bit more of a topic to consider.
Fai has come a long way from the days of pick this up, E-strike bottom it to draw a card. We've come a long way from those days.
Oh, every day I play this hero, I'm like, God, I wish I had E-strike in my hand right now. I know it's bad, but it's like the most fun thing. Oh my gosh. E-strike at the end of the chain, bottoming a flame, Snapdragons, giving it go again, drawing a card. Oh my gosh. There's no greater feeling in the world.
It's been a minute since those days, but you could do some pretty cool stuff. Like Snaps was very powerful in like the old school version of Fai.
Oh, for sure. And if you're Naib Mobasir, you can play Snaps Fai with Belittle. That was hilarious. Oh my god. Anyways,
Naib is one of a kind.
For sure. I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh, absolutely. Naib's a gem.
Yeah. Rise from the Ashes. This is one of my favorite cards in the game. This was the playmat that I had throughout the entire event. Was this card art? The imagery is just so cool. This card is kind of the card with Art of the Phoenix War. Talk about later.
Okay.
When I play out my combo games, I have, and I think that one of the most important things you can have as an aggro player that uses the arsenal for offensive overlap is to have an arsenal priority list constantly in your brain. Which cards do I arsenal over others? Which cards are sometimes actively bad to arsenal? Which cards are always good to arsenal? Which cards are neutral to arsenal? It's a very important thing to have running on the back of your head. The best arsenal target by far is this card. It's not even Art of the Phoenix War.
Okay.
Because if you have Art of the Phoenix War in Arsenal and you draw a hand that doesn't pair with it, and you need to play out the card from your arsenal, it's bad. This is playable in every single hand. I am looking to arsenal this card at every single point I can during the game, except when I know my opponent has arsenal disruption. Trust me, if losing leaking 3 value on turn 0 means arsenaling the Rise from the Ashes instead of playing it to convert for more value on your first turn, it is worth it. I did that twice on stream into Colin and Aaron Grace, and it was so incredibly helpful in those games to make sure that when you draw the Art of the Phoenix War, you can pop off.
Okay. So this is our biggest setup piece, is what it sounds like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it's also just a very good card by itself. You know, with multiple flames, it's sometimes 0 for 5. It's also great with Fire that Burns Within. I think to like kind of thinking about this will kind of get your brain more around the play lines. But if you only have one Phoenix Flame in graveyard and you activate Rise from the Ashes, play Fire that Burns Within, discard the Phoenix Flame, you can now re-get that Phoenix Flame back with 5, which is something so incredibly powerful. And it's why recursive effects like Rise from the Ashes and Inflame tend to be really powerful effects. So yeah.
Okay, nice. I like it. So we have multiple sources where we compare that together. This is one of my favorite head jabs ever printed.
Yeah, it's so cool. I got the Iswardi signed once.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Oh, my deck is blanked out to the wazoo. I have like a gold foil Emberblade that's like the pop 1 PCG 10. So
that's so nice.
It's pretty nice, but it doesn't fit in my dang hunted deck box, so I have to like put it to the side. I had to ask like the judge every time. I was like, "Hey, can I use my cooler sword to like show how cool it is?" And then he's like, "Yes, you can." Um, so yeah, no, Rising Resentment, great card. 80% of the time a head jab, 20% of the time, 15% of the time your opponent gets scared and forces a block, and 5% of the time it wins you the game. Like sometimes it can just completely fix a screwed hand. Um, I would like to say Rising Resentment's a great example of this. An important part about Fi is that you don't have a lot of on hits. And sometimes when you draw this card, it's really, really important to play it in a situation where it will not benefit you in the slightest, but you want your opponent to block. If you want your opponent to block, you really got to convince your opponent that you got the one cost of your dreams in your hand to pair with this. And if you don't want them to block, then I'd really incentivize you to play this on the first chain link, so your opponent's just willing to let it through. This also has a lot of conditional uses. Hand disruption. This is really good at dodging that. When I played into like Vinsets, who are like have face purgatory, sometimes I'll banish the last card in my hand, and then they have no card to target with the face purgatory, or I can force them to call me earlier, or play around button in certain scenarios.
Mhm.
The banish definitely has some utility, and when you like do banish, when you banish to play around the 1%er that your opponent has a specific type of hand disruption, oh my god, it feels so good. Be on the lookout for those play lines when you play this deck.
Playing around Cole with Rising Resentment, that's heads up. That's something I would not have thought of on my own. See, this is why I needed you here to walk me through this stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like, if Blaze Headlong's your teddy bear, this is like the blanket that you had when you were a baby. Like this is the nostalgia factor. You run it because it's a draconic starter. Does everything you need it to be.
It has those two words on it. Go
Yeah,
again.
I would like to say shout outs to May on Blue Sky. Um, they made a incredible altar, no text box altar of the card where it just says Draconic Ninja attack action and there. And I said to them, I was like, if you're ever interested, if you ever end up finishing these, let me know and I'll buy them. It's one of the most beautiful things I've seen in my life. This card's really good. It's a glue piece. We play it because we like starters. And starters are the most powerful cards in our deck, prevent us from breaking. That's all I really have to say about this card.
No, I love it. I love it. Now, this is a card.
We're the same way.
Yes.
Yeah. This is, oh my god. God, I love that. This is like my favorite, like one of my favorite cards ever. I see that about every card. I know. But I remember in Rosetta Meta when I would draw one of these. God, it was like opening up a PS5 on Christmas morning. It's like it's a beautiful card to see when it works. But sometimes it's just like a wet fart of a card where you have like a small hand and it like doesn't cash in for value. And I'm like, why not even like pay the one cost? But some of the most powerful things you can do is play Art of the Phoenix War and play this on a first chain link. I have definitely seen my opponents drop their head in knowingness that they are about to get their clock clean. When I resolve this on the combat chain, just a solid card overall. One of the two Anthem effects I have in this deck. Anthem effects are so important when you're drawing multiple cards and playing a lot of chain links. Important thing about this card is sequencing is very, very important. There's a lot of benefit to playing your low cost early and your higher cost later.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be afraid to play your high costs early. Like, for example, one of the best things you can be doing is playing Spreading Flames into a Blaze Headlong on turns where you're not going to be able to cash in the Blaze Headlong value and otherwise would give the +1 to something like a Head Jab later in the chain link. So this card is taxing on your sequencing brain, but it's really cool. And God, there is no greater feeling than like coming with a Lava Burst for like 9 and then going Spreading Flames, Art of the Phoenix War, Art of the Phoenix War, Shuko trigger. And it's like explaining the math to your opponent. It's great.
Yeah, I listen. This card was so much fun back in the day, and now we have so many other things that also trigger it quickly and easily, like the Inflame or Fire that burns within or Ignite. Like we have so many options now to get value out of this. I love it.
Mm-hmm. You have so many good low base power attacks in the deck. So yeah. Salts for aggro mirrors. I don't know. Maybe this card's bad. I like never tutor for it anymore, which is so because like oftentimes you get into scenarios where to really juice some of Assault the Wound, they really just have to like not have a hand that block or like not be aware of the game state. In order to make this like eclipse a fire that burns within, you before with Lava Burst, it was like, okay, if you get like 3 hits and then you get like the 4th hit, then you're like going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Lynx is just as much a hand fixer as it is like a powerful card tutorer, especially in this deck. So there's a lot of games where I can play Salt the Wound and it's very powerful off the Lynx trigger. I'm glad I have a one of it in my deck. Its utility as a yellow, but I've definitely just been tutoring it less off of Lynx. Same with my other finishers and been focusing on Fire that Burns Within. I run the run of Still because it's great to draw in random natty hands, and it's also great to draw if your opponent is genuine. If you like resolve 6 chain links and your opponent is like no blocks, no blocks, no blocks, no blocks, no blocks, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll cash this in for 8 value, sure.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, 100%. I mean, I feel like there's also like you mentioned like that it's a yellow, like it can probably help you convert hands and like do other things where like you don't have a blue. Talking about your blue base, there's a lot of interesting blues. The two Rise from the Ashes, I'm assuming, are set up to try and help us find other good arsenal cards. Dragon Power, a very powerful finisher when you have that fealty token. Rowdy Locals is like I love this card more than most people, I think.
Rowdy, like, did you see my Aaron Grace game?
I've not watched the top 8 game. No, I was told that I had to watch the top 4 game. I'm still making my way through coverage. It's been a busy back to work week for me. So
yeah, you got it. Anyways, I'll just say that the Aaron Grace game made me need to find this bar and like put drinks on every single one of these Rowdy Locals. Like this card in the moments where it's good is absolutely game winning. Into aggro mirrors, into decks with all action cards. This is a 0 for 4 blue against decks that are on 1 HP and they have only action cards and not a lot of equipment to be able to efficiently block this out. So it's like this card is nuts. For all the Fai gamers at home, or for in your case if it comes up on stream, remember that this card is really good because of Fai's activated ability. Discarding a Phoenix Flame to 1-for-1 trade a card for your opponent is why this card is powerful. Ooh. And always remember that when you hit with this card, like this is the entire reason you play that card, is the fact that you can come with this at the end of a chain when you still have Fai activation available and say, hey buddy, do you want to give me 2 cards or do you want to not? And then I exchange a Phoenix Flame for a whole card from your hand. That's why this card is like included in most Fai lists. It's just because of that interaction with Phoenix Flame. Very similar to E-Strike and getting a full card's worth of value out of just a Phoenix Flame.
Yeah.
But this card, but when you want to do it, is definitely the same thing as you wanted to do with Mounting Anger, where you let it hit and then you respond with Fai to the trigger. So your opponent doesn't get time to watch you activate Fai and realize, oh, this is what's going on, and then play the deal. So yeah, this card is very good in aggro mirrors, very good against decks with a lot of actions. It's a 0 for 2 that blocks 3 too. Like worst case is a wounding blow. So very solid card.
Blue block 3s fit into the deck very well.
For sure.
I'm assuming Lava Vein Loyalty and Cinderskin Devotion are like extenders that also fit into our blue base.
I'm gonna sit you down in the same Mind Palace I put you in.
All right.
At your event. Now imagine doing that exact same thing, but instead of drawing 2 Oaths, you draw a Warmongers and a Truce.
Ooh.
Now imagine instead of that, you draw a Lava Vein Loyalty and a Cinderskin. You're like fine.
Okay.
Like these Cinderskin and Lava Vein Loyalty are genuinely there, so that when you draw these off Art of the Phoenix War, they are playable. You can convert a full hand with these cards. They're designed to make your floor as high as possible, so that when you do get blue flooded, you can play out turns. There was like a really fun game I had versus someone at Armory, and I had 3 blues in Art of the Phoenix War and 1 red in my hand. And I did the whole Art of the Phoenix War thing, and I drew 2 more blues. That hand converted for 26 value. It, like, Dragon Power, Cinderskin, Dragon Scalar Flight Path, like, if your blue base is good enough to play on the Art of the Phoenix War turn, you can really insulate yourself into your deck, causing the worst of things to happen to you. And so that's why Cinder Skin and Lava Vein Loyalty on the list. Also, they block 3, which is solid.
Mm-hmm.
All that jazz. So yeah,
I have to admit,
that's why I have them list.
when you said you drew 2 blues, my initial reaction was like, "Ooh, like that sucks." And then you were like, "That was 26 points," and I was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Yeah, like Dragon Power is one hell of a drug. Like this card is, I don't know who at LSS was like, guys, we should put a 6 power blue in this Fai deck. I was like, well, thank you, James. Why I appreciate it, man. Shouts to you.
Oh, that's so funny. And our last blue that we haven't really talked about is Overcrowded.
You've watched like you're a big fan of watching coverage, as I know, because like watching the game's so fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that like 4 out of the 8 decks, regardless of like what they're playing, is just on a 1 of Overcrowded?
Yeah, happens a lot.
There's just 1 of Overcrowded's really powerful. It just is. And with the fealty tokens, it's usually at a minimum of block 3. Good into the Mario matchup. And I was just like, do I want another Cinder Skin or do I want more of like a Silver Bullet Tech Blue?
Mm-hmm.
And I find that this helps a lot into the Mario matchup. Helpful into Victor when he's creating like seismics and mic tokens, and all that jazz. I just felt like 2 is really bad. You usually are not really wanting to draw 2. And this is also like a Silver Bullet tech piece that is also fine off a random draw. You can always just park this in Arsenal and cash it for 3 value. You don't have to convert this on offense when you draw it randomly. And so that's basically kind of the philosophy behind it. This is kind of a card I just put in because I thought it was strong, and then it continuously has proved to me over my games that I played that it's a really, really strong card, and I really like it as a 1 of.
Yeah, it's felt very strong. I actually played it as a 1 of in my Betsy deck to help me against Codex. So, not that came up a lot. You won't believe it. There weren't many Marios in the 03 bracket with me this weekend. So,
interesting. There weren't many Marios in the top tables either. They were kind of like sitting in the middle.
They were hanging out, not near me and not near you. It sounds like.
Yeah, good for me.
We have a lot of fun sideboard slots here that I'm so excited to talk about. We're gonna come back to one of the equipment pieces that is finally making its way back that I have a cold foil of. I've been waiting to play for so long. First up is our Fart of War, as you know, a lot of the
hold up. On the stream, in this household, we don't call it Fart of War.
Oh,
you say it's full government name. Okay,
all right.
You say Art of the Phoenix War, or you could say Art of War. But fart or fartivore like produces a visceral reaction in me. You can say that in front of everyone else. I am the one person on the internet that gets mad at this. Everyone else is like, haha, funny, it's fart. But I'm like, no, we take this seriously. This is a serious card.
Duly noted. Tonight and tonight only. No fartivore. You got it, boss.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this card's nuts. It's like if Art of War had a higher ceiling, but was way worse when it's bad. It's not a yellow, can't pitch for a yellow. You have to discard a Phoenix Flame with this. It doesn't have the utility of being able to be played on defense and that flexibility that comes with that. It's a less flexible Art of War, but the fact that you can exchange Phoenix Flame for a whole ass group of new cards is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Functionally is nuts. It's what the deck is built around, or at least a configuration of the deck is built around. It makes it so your aggro mirrors that you were normally 40% in, make those 60% just because you're outputting so much damage because you do this like once per game. It makes your matchups where your opponents are blocking you out and trying to fatigue you, or like Victor with Tempo, where they're actively trying to play more like a mid-range game where they're extracting a lot of value. Mm-hmm. This allows you to really kind of come at them at a different axis. Very, very good card. You need every single card in your deck to be working around it to make it good, mm-hmm. which I think gave a lot of Fai players the impression that it is an all or nothing card. If you run it, you have to build the entire deck around it. There is no other plan with the deck with the card in it. But as you see by like the other cards, there's definitely a way where you can make a shell that fits both good in terms of a combo package versus kind of like a mid-range switchboard. Okay. This card is very fun. A complicated card to play sometimes, but it is also a card you want to play out as much as you can, and you have to facilitate your play lines to be ready for when you draw this card because it is game winning.
I love that. Game winning cards, you love to see it. You
Yeah.
love to see it.
Oh my god. I can't believe we're playing a Fai list that runs 3 Flame Calls and 3 Phoenix Flames in the big year 26. This is so cool. Thank you, LSS.
I
It's
would
like the most fun
not
way to play.
have guessed that we had 3 Flame Call Awakenings in this deck.
Yeah. It's great. It's 9 through 12 1 costs. It provides multiple chains for your anthem effects. It gives you a card to discard to Art of the Phoenix War. It plays well. You can grab a card and pitch the Phoenix Flame back in order to make this a virtual 0 for 3 with Go Again. It's a lot of flexibility. It is just the best tutor we have in the deck. It is one of the few tutors we have in the deck. And it is a solid tutor. So it's only really here to allow us to play multiple Phoenix Flames. Because to be honest, I found that like adding a lot of recursive effects, just like adding only the In Flames or the Rise from the Ashes, even getting the Rise from the Ashes yellow copies, did make it so that you didn't randomly draw Phoenix Flames, but randomly drawing Phoenix Flames is less bad. And I think the tutor, like Flame Call Awakening in the moments where it's good, is maybe one of the most powerful ways to get a Phoenix Flame to set up into your combo turns. So I'm really happy with 3 copies. I originally was on 2 at some point, and 2 of these, 2 in Flames, just because the one, like, going from 11 to 12 1 cost is pretty steep. But I've just gotten used to the brick potential of running more 1 costs, and I think the extra brick potential is worth the utility of the extra deck tutor.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. You're playing one of my favorite cards. You have no idea how many people have hated on me for playing this card in Syndra. I love this card.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you know the pain of like having people tell you wrong opinions. This card's nuts. It's really good. If like Mario is the best deck in the format, in Syndra it's a 0 for 4 that sometimes that gets you a fealty that marks them. Extremely powerful. In Fai it's a 0 for 5. This thing triggers Shuko.
Ooh.
You can play this, swing Ember Blade, swing Phoenix Flame. That's a 3-card 9. It's quite ridiculous. It also smooths out your starter base, especially in the matchups where you're cutting the Flame Call Awakenings and the Bannerman heads and the In Flames and the extra flames. It allows you to have more, starters in your more mid-range matchups. This card is just mainly against Arachne. In my mid-range configurations, I run it in matchups where I really don't want to see flames in my deck, like Syndra, where I'd rather just have a Draconic starter than a micro flame package. Card is very good. And honestly, like, shouts to Fablazing. We love data. This card unironically makes the Mario matchup like go up by like 5 to which is very interesting for it not being like this crazy power card, but it is just a 0 for 5 with Go Again in one specific matchup that you slightly struggle into. So that's why it's here. I preferred it over some like other silver bullet cards in my deck, just because like I think Mario was the matchup that was most important to solve, and this was one of the ways that I felt that I could get my best odds into it.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. Mario was the #1 deck this past weekend at Nationals, so having all the points you can get into it makes a ton of sense. Inflame.
I talked about the Inflame apology form sooner or earlier.
Yeah.
I was really debating not running this card because its 4 is really, really bad. When you don't have multiple flames, it's just not good. But the way kind of I've like recontextualized it in my brain is it is good on every single turn. It is bad on every single turn except the best turns of the game. Okay. On a Spreading Flames turn, doing Spreading Flames into Inflame, into the Phoenix Flame, just makes everything get the buff from Spreading Flames immediately. It's great with Fire that burns within, one of your most powerful cards. It's amazing with Art of the Phoenix War to be able to get the Phoenix Flame back that you discarded and have the Anthem effect be multiplicative. It's the value of a head jab starter on 2 different chain links. And it also is a recursive piece that you can tutor off links. I don't want to spoil too much, but there was a game, maybe more, that I used this off of Mask of the Pouncing Links, and it solo won me the game.
Wow. Okay.
It's a powerful card. It can really get you out of a lot of jams. And having like an Ignite in your deck to fix high 1-cost hands, and having a Inflame to fix Oath of Loyalty turns where you need to make something draconic, and having an Inflame. Like there's Enflame and Inflame. There's Inflame with an E and Inflame with an I.
Uh-huh.
Inflame the Firebrand, helps out with the dragon power. And this helps out if you draw, multiple discard effects. And you need to kind of like get through that. So that's
Okay.
why this card is here.
No, that's perfect. It seems like a very interesting one of that fits the role you need very well. Loyalty Beyond the Grave. This is a card that I have been very back and forth on, and I'm gonna take a guess here before you tell everybody. I'm assuming
Ooh la la.
I'm assuming this fits into the combo version of the deck is what we're looking for this for.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Ding ding ding. Good job, Zach.
Thank you.
However, it fits into the mid-range package too. It's in both packages. The only time it's in the combo package, though, which it's in here for my combo package.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would just run Sync. This card is how I beat Tempo Victor.
Okay.
My game plan at the Tempo Victor is to say, you have no way of reasonably getting over me in the course of 6, 7, 8. If you spend a Spinal Crush,
I'm sorry.
6,
I'm
7.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm like 22 years old. Okay, 6-7 is like the last meme I know of before like I'm rotting in the dust and like the kids have like outpaced me.
Listen,
So
I'm 30.
it's like
how do you think I
Yeah.
feel? Okay,
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there eventually. But yeah, this card really fits well into the Victor game plan of, oh, you spend a Spinal Crush? Oh, I'm just gonna dump my higher Tam and pass. Oh, do it again? Pass, pass, pass. And then they draw like Test of Strength, Test of Iron Grip. And they're like, what the fuck do I do with these cards? This Fai is not attacking me. And you accrue Loyalty Beyond the Graves in the graveyard, and you get your Tunic to 3. And then eventually you create like a 35 plus combo turn into Victor, which they really struggle to get over. Because as you know, as a Victor player who prefers the tempo style, when your opponent just concedes tempo, sometimes your deck really struggles to convert, especially if like you're a list that doesn't try to run pummel. And so Loyalty Beyond the Grave has that additional utility into the Victor matchup. I actually like sub display Loyalty out for it because I know that it can high roll me some Victor wins by just drawing 2 of these very early into the game.
Okay.
So I personally like it for that. It's also very good just generally into the aggro decks. Sometimes you just draw 2 of these early and you can really make a pivot turn out of the random draw. There's some matchups like Vincent, for example, that I try to mid-range where a 0-for-4 block is not that good. Like, they usually come in for 6 damage anyway, so I'd rather just block with this and then get the additional value later. Against Assassins, a lot of their pumps are 0-for-3s, especially on the attacks that matter for on-hits. And so usually the 3 block value is all you really need. And so I was debating between this and Sync, and for the additional value as a part of a combo plan, I decided to go with this. Plus, it's like one of the most fun cards to play with, like ever. It's just so cool.
Okay. Yeah. No, I bought 3 of this very early on because I was convinced it was going to be a staple. And I've always found myself cutting it. So I'm very excited that you have made it work in your list, because if I do play this weekend, I'm going to sleeve up your list and take your list with the sideboard guide, because God knows I could not fumble my way through sideboarding this deck. It's been far too long for me.
It's like, it's a pure, do you know like the hamburger helper meme where the guy like draws the evil fangs on it and it's like, this is like a glimpse into my twisted reality?
Yes.
That's how it feels to like look at my deck without like knowing the sideboard guide. Like, this is like probably somewhat hard to piece together if you haven't played Fai as much recently. But yeah, no. Let's be on the good stick. I hope you get to draw a card off of it.
So we talked earlier about how you were playing 2 of this, but there's a third one in the sideboard. What matchups are we looking to have a third copy of Oath of Loyalty in?
Mid-range. When I'm not playing Art of the Phoenix War, I play this card.
Okay.
There's definitely maybe a better slot for this. but I found that my combo package had exactly 10 cards, and I was never going to go down or up on that in terms of the cards. And my mid-range package was very consistently 9 cards. And I needed like one more card to kind of round it out to make the interchange very easy. And I was like, oh, Oath of Loyalty is great when I'm not playing Art of the Phoenix War. Let's just put it in. And so it's an extra 0 for 4 starter in those matchups. There's probably like a more optimal sideboard choice here, but it really just like rounds out the mid-range package I got going in here.
Okay. No, that checks out. I mean, having 0 for 4 starters, even if they are weirdly conditional, as long as you're like sideboarding to take other cards out, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This is another card you're gonna have to sell me on. I won't lie.
Oh. Rise from the Ashes, but tutors a flame from your deck.
But there's no +3.
Oh, you get the ponder. This deck loves pondering.
Okay.
Like, you see all my blues? My blues are dragon power. I'll arsenal a dragon power. Oftentimes, the random draw is 3.5 value. Most of the time, this is more value than a Rise from the Ashes. Sometimes, it doesn't have the added utility of the fact that, the recursive effects always happen, except if you get your Phoenix Flame turned down. But a tutor effect, a Rise from the Ashes tutor style effect, is just so powerful. Playing this with Art of the Phoenix War really just smooths out a lot of things. It also blocks 3, which is great utility. I just felt like, in terms of our tutor pieces, I don't think 3 Flame Call is enough. And this is like the perfect 4th thing to add in there. And also I have like the Marvel Ponder now, and I have like the Coldful EA like convention promo of this card. I'm too entrenched in the money. Like, I can't not play this card.
I understand. You do not have to twist my arm very hard for that. Like, as someone who has started acquiring EA Tests of Strengths, which probably not a good time right before they're going to go down. I understand. I understand all too well.
Oh my god, that Mastery Pack Guardian squeezing you for all you're worth. Holy crap!
Oh my gosh, every dollar. I swear, if it's not going towards traveling towards an event, it's buying EA like Guardian cards. I'm the worst. Copies 2 and 3 of Phoenix Flame, I assume, fit into our, like Phoenix Bannerman Head into the Flame Call Awakening and Flame package.
Yeah. Some people are on maximum of 2. Some people are on 3. From all my testing, I've concluded something very simple. Running 3 flames and running a lot of recursive elements and a lot of tutor elements is the most consistent way to resolve Art of the Phoenix War from X.
Okay.
So that's why I play 3. It's not that much more complicated than that. It also has the added benefit of allowing you to run 3 into matchups like Gravy, where they are so hell-bent in not letting you rise from the ashes. But truthfully, I found the best way to play Art of the Phoenix War as consistently as best as possible is running a lot of Phoenix Flames, a lot of recursive effects, a lot of tutor effects.
Okay. All right. Shelter from the Storm.
Fuck Mario, fuck Syndra. All my homies hate flick knives. Is a 0 for 4. Bach, like, I don't know. Sometimes I just like discard this card and my opponent cries and I'm like, well, tough for you, buddy. Shouldn't have picked one of the cringe heroes. What can I say?
Blocks 4. All my homies hate flick knives. Hell yeah.
I am coming at this like, I'm being very sarcastic. Trust me, I'm a very nice person. I swear, guys. But if you could pick genuinely, if you really like Syndra, I love that for you. Could not be me that I love that for you. Same thing with Mario. But this is just like a silver bullet into both of those matchups. I found it was more valuable than Sync. And I think the toss-up was between Sync and Loyalty Beyond the Grave. Also, this card's $80. If I don't play it, I'm like kind of crying. Like, we're back to this debate of like, oh, you just have to play the cards you bought, or else you'll like cry at home if you still lose. It's like, it's not fun.
Dude, this card being $80, like, oh my gosh. I hate that. I hate it.
Yep.
I love this card. When they printed this card, I was all in. I was like, you mean to tell me we get to play Salt the Wound and Tenacity in the same deck? I'm sold.
Yeah, no. I don't think you already know what this card's good. The only thing I want to talk about is that I got the Cold Foil Antiquity Gem Pack one. So that's cool. That's about it. This card's nuts.
Didn't even know there was an Antiquity version of this.
Oh yeah. It's beautiful. His entire being is cold foil. It shines so beautifully
Oh, well, now
under the lights of the local game store table.
now I want one of those too.
Yeah,
You're
beautiful.
making me I'm gonna spend too much money on this deck, Ashlyn, after the stream is my problem here.
Oh, just wait to spend money on the bling until like after ELLs, and then I have finally someone I can sell my. I think my deck's gotten to about like $3,500 at this point in just bling. Potentially, it's ridiculous. This deck normally costs like $500, but it's the only deck I play. So like the money I would spend on another deck just keeps going over and over and over again and blinging out this deck.
I mean, if you're not buying other cards, like you might as
Yeah,
well make your shiny.
yeah, of course, you get it.
I love that we're back to this card. You
Oh my
have
God.
no idea. This card, between playing like Fai, Searing Emberblade, Blaze Headlong, like Ronin Renegade, all the things that bring me back, this is the one that makes me the most happy. So many people, when this card was printed, was like, this card's bad. Don't play this card. I love this card.
I'm so glad that I can justify how you felt a couple years ago. Because I'm gonna be so right, motherfucker. You were right all along. This card's nuts. I would like to say that I'm a super genius of Doom. This is Ellie Bird's technology.
Okay.
Plain and simple. She's the one who kind of like pushed this, especially at Worlds. And the sheeple I was like, I'm gonna play this. Oh, this card makes Syndra an 80-20 matchup that we just win nearly every time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, and I have to get this out of the way because it's very important here. But Blazing, amazing, beautiful resource on taking data and making sure you can find an interpretation of that data itself. And that is the best way to get data. And this is what Taylor Crawford does. This is what the best data analysts of Flesh and Blood do, is they take the data, they draw conclusions from the data. The data is not set in stone. And that's what makes it beautiful, is that you can draw multiple different conclusions from certain things. Fai has a 40% win rate against Syndra on Talishar. This matchup is an 80-20 matchup at high level. It is a massive, massive, massive difference. I haven't lost to Syndra for the last 15 games I've played, and I played really good Syndra.
Wow.
This deck, this is Carrion Husk, but better. You block a Lava Burst with a Mask of Momentum trigger on it. This is 8 value. How does she beat 8 value on chest piece, 8 value on head piece, 7 value on your arm piece, Dragon Scaler block? There's nothing Syndra can do. Like, have you seen the Matthew Gump Charles Dunn game?
That was the round.
The first round after the second day of draft.
Yes, I watched that one.
He was up 32-8 by turn 2. That's how that matchup goes.
Yeah.
Your deck blocks well. You block with the Yoroi. Oh my gosh, I'm like 20 life ahead. I guess I'll just win the game. Like, watch the Matthew Gump game. There's nothing I can say here that'll teach you better than just watch that Matthew Gump game versus Charles Dunn. It's a very fun game to watch. It teaches you how to play the matchup very well. But this card is specifically against Syndra, Fai, and Katsu. I played against Matthew Gump in the mirror, and we both had our crazy pop-up turns. We both blocked with this card, and then Matt said, "Now this is where the real game is played." Because it's like kind of like, I don't want to compare it to the worst card ever printed. It's kind of like Remembrance in that you both need to have it. You have so much advantage to having it over your opponent.
Sure.
In these ninja mirrors. So I recommend taking it. Like, it's so good into Syndra. It flips that matchup completely. Great into Fai, great into Katsu.
I'm very excited to dig mine out. If I remember correctly, I have the like blacked out EA one from back in the day.
Fuck yeah.
So
yeah, that one's sexy as hell. It's quite the beaut.
I'm very excited to dig that one out of a box somewhere, because I think all of my Fai cards are still sleeved with Art of Wars somewhere in a deck box
That
at
is
the
hilarious.
bottom of a box.
Oh
that's how long it's been.
Oh my god, back to the old you.
We talked about Boots of Omnisword earlier and how powerful they are. Is there a matchup we want to play this in that's not Mario?
Syndra stops the flick.
Ooh, okay.
Just imagine you have your first turn of the game. They send 4 cards. I block the third chain link with a card from hand. I block with Carrion Husk. Second chain link, I block for 3, prevent the flick. I've used 2 cards to deny 2 cards in Syndrome. You just win the game on the spot. This card's nuts in tier as well. Makes the
Wow.
80-20 into like a 90-10. It's really nuts. Unless she draws Ancestral Empowerment, but you know, Syndra players just have to scam to win games anyway. So you know, it's nothing new. I think my whole brand is that I hate Syndra, so I'm just like keeping with that. But if you do love and play Syndra, please, by all means, let me know, and I'll be very happy. But Boots of Ominous Ward. Also, to be honest, it's a weird card in all the arcane matchups. Do you play it into Acilio? I don't know. Like, they might play the arcane spell later to play around it. Spell Cilio, it only gets you the 1 spell void. This is the same slot as your Tide Flippers, which is your arcane barrier. I think it's good into Aurora, but like, if I ever have to consider playing tech pieces for Aurora, I think the hell is frozen over. At least this modern Aurora. The old Aurora, oh my gosh, I would have loved this in the old Aurora. This would have changed my life. But yeah, no, it's an interesting card, potential into Vincent with running double cross step instead of Tide Flippers and running double cross step Boots of Ominous Ward versus Tide Flippers Tunic. But I ended up just not having enough testing with double cross step Boots of Ominous Ward. So this is pretty much only Mario Syndra tech.
Okay. Mario and Syndra. I like it. Another oldie but goodie, fun story. I was actually, my U.S. Nationals draft pod 2022 was when we drafted Uprising. The person that I was passing to opened one of these. And this is when you could play legendaries in draft. And
oh my gosh,
remember they dumpstered the pod. They had a really good Fai deck. But yeah, like this card's insane.
Yeah, 2 Black Temper. Also has the additional utility of letting you filter easier on turn 0. All red hands can help out with those. I've definitely had some really fun play lines with Flamescale Furnace. Usually really bad play lines, but there's some cool things you can do with this card. I truly think that when you're playing into the mid-range decks that you want a mid-range, which are like Syndra, but Syndra you don't run this card in because you know you're so good. But like Mario and Valda, some other things that I'm forgetting because it's been a long day. But when you sub out Art of the Phoenix War in your Flame Call package, you're left with like 6 blues in your deck. You don't really need Tunic anymore. Might as well get 2 extra block value. So in the mid-range matchups, this is usually just better than Tunic. Also, really important to think about if you're playing against Mario, sometimes this just blocks a Clave. And it's really good at doing that.
Okay.
And forcing you to not commit a card. It feels bad because you're giving it +1. You're only getting 1 value defensively. But trust me, please, if you play against Mario, look out for situations where they're getting smaller in their hand and you know more information because you're picking up on what they blocked with, what they've played so far. If you know they don't have a Dagger React, shoot this in front of it. You're feeling like a really good spot. Blocks 2, then blocks 1. Block 1 is great for blocking breakpoints. Also, this plus Dragon Scaler and plus a 3 block blocks CNC cleanly. It's a very good card. I love this card.
Yeah, blocking the CNC cleanly seems like would line up well. What matchups are we looking to have Arcane Barrier against?
Oh, it's only Vincent.
Only Vincent? So like against Acilio, are we just like racing them?
You can play this into Acilio if you are top 8 at US Nats and you know Aaron Grace is running Spell Cell. But it is just not a good gamble into regular in like Acilio 1. It could be the Scar for Scar slot list. It could be Mono Arcane. Dragon Scaler is good into both. This is slightly better than Dragon Scalers into one of them. Your main game plan into Vincent is leverage your blues and leverage your good blocking value to prevent her from getting Deathly Whales and her powerful on hits. And then the moment she takes an off turn to set up to try to get through your defense, that's when you play your 5-card Hand of Doom. And you do like Spreading Flames, 0 for 3, Ember Blade, Phoenix Flame, Inflame the Firebrand for like 5, into Tenacity for like 7. And like you just deal 20 damage, create a massive life gap, and then walk the life totals down from there and just win. So this is a crucial part about my Vincent game plan. It also has random utility of being an attack reaction, which someone in the chat of my games pointed out that I missed like 6 value on a turn cycle because I didn't activate this on an Inflame the Firebrand. And I instead activated Fai to play Phoenix Flame for 0. Because I have never played this card ever in the past couple years where it is not Vincent. Or not because of a couple years, like couple seasons where it's not against Vincent, where if I have Inflamed of non-functional hand, I'm not just blocking with it. So I very rarely had to like play out a hand where this bails you out. And so be on the lookout for those, unlike me. But yeah, that's the whole bit with Tide Flippers.
AB1 Snapdragons in Disguise. I like it. We've talked about the deck, told everybody about it. How about we play some games?
Oh, I would love that. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Heck yeah.
I love Talshar.
Oh, you love Talshar?
I'm a big fan. I don't know, like it was. I don't know what it's gonna be placed in my life, but it was just the absolute best thing to be doing during class. Like it was just such a fun time to just I'll play a 5 game or 2 during class. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This is a great combo teaching. Yeah, you could have clicked good game and that would have been acceptable. I gotta be honest.
That would have been so much PM, but it would have been funny.
Just pick the Kasai configuration and then let's like check it to make sure like this is okay and like the deck part of it. Yeah, that's good. I usually like to sub in like the 1 tenacity or like the 1 salt by taking out the compounding anger. So I don't like go up or down on my finishers in order to put stuff in. So yeah, we're good to go.
Okay, awesome. Let's run it. And we're good on Tunic, right?
Oh yeah. Tunic absolutely into this kind of matchup.
Perfect.
Okay.
Important to remember our start of game trigger here.
Man, I'm so glad we're going second with this hand.
Yeah, this hand blocks very well. That we can definitely say that.
Oh my gosh, what is this like UI? They changed the UI on like the past stuff.
Yeah,
like the action point.
That's
crazy.
I noticed that when I got back. Oh, they're on Great Axe too. Interesting.
Yeah, we should just like win this. This is a weird proposition. I want to know what you think on this.
We have
like which card do we keep here?
I would probably keep one of the blues, like probably the Dragon Power if I had to guess, because Rowdy Local seems like kind of not great against like this fatigue action style block. But I guess there's probably also an argument to keeping the Bannerman here.
I think Bannerman and Dragon Power are both very reasonable choices. I would personally lean towards the Bannerman because worst case, if I get a problem with a 1 cost, I can just pitch the Phoenix Flame that I got from this anyways. So it kind of does the same thing of keeping a blue to insulate ourselves into drawing a 1 cost.
Okay.
Now it's time to get like double into the swings or whatever. Lose like a billion life. All right, let's see what you get. Oh my gosh, this is what dreams are made of. Holy.
Wow.
You win the game.
My brain can't even process what we're looking at right now.
Yeah. We start with the Bannerman.
Okay.
Rise from the Ashes at home. It's not ideal to draw these cards, but Inflame is probably like one of the best cards you could have drawn here.
Okay.
Generally speaking. And then you just play the Phoenix War. See what we got going on. What we draw into. We got 2 floating, a ponder available. Let's see what's up. See that this is the problem.
You even talked about it.
We can do some fun things here.
Okay.
I mean, you start with the Ignite.
Okay.
Obviously.
I mean, I guess Oath is a good arsenal for next turn. Like we
do have a ponder.
Oh,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna pitch it for the second Emberblade swing.
Ooh, we're gonna break boots and swing Emberblade twice already?
Yeah. Because the curve works out to where you're gonna swing Emberblade next in here for 3. Normally, I would do it off of the second flame that we're able to achieve, so we can keep a flame at the bottom of the deck to always make our tutors online.
Okay.
But truthfully, like, I'd rather just pop boots here to cash on the value
Are we masking?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No. This like turn, like that turn told you to play Art of the Phoenix War, but it is not your one Art of the Phoenix War turn. It's not kind of like the big pop-off turn.
Okay. So we have Blade, which costs 1, right?
Yep. Of Ignite. Ignite enabling this playline is really cool.
Ignite pulling like a pseudo tunic kind of roll here to start, which is kind of cool. And the fun thing is that we're doing all of this off of like 4 cards. Like we didn't even have like a 5-card hand setup.
Yeah. This is one of kind of like the worst configurations you can draw off the random things you got off the top, but like this is still very good.
Okay.
So kind of where you want to be at. Truce. Yeah, this is like full fatigue slap. This game's gonna be long, but it's gonna be very clean. We should be able to win. So yeah, Inflame makes a lot of sense here.
I was like, because we need to save our resource for the extra Ember Blade swing here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alternatively, you can pitch the flame and just say, fuck it, I'll arsenal the Oath of Loyalty and forgo the ponder. I think that might be the most reasonable play line here, actually. Okay. I think it might be correct. It's a hard call. You should still activate Fai here. Just get the other Phoenix Flame into your hand. Unless they want to direct here.
All right, so we have both the Phoenix Flames. They do shelter.
Yeah, I think play Phoenix Flame 1 and see what happens. We're just gonna like wait for our opponent's turn dynamically.
Okay.
Okay, they block with that. You know, I'm leaning on the side of just playing this Phoenix Flame, arsenaling the Oath of Loyalty.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both playlines are very valid. But you can't really go too wrong with arsenaling an Oath of Loyalty. And it's like we lose the value of the ponder, which sucks. But I really don't want to lose Dragon Scaler's value. Especially this early into the game. If like we had 1 or 2 finishers in our graveyard at this point, then I can kind of justify it. In that I don't think I'm going to run into 2 finisher hands. But at this point right now, it's like, yeah. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Oh my god, what is going on?
This is an interesting hand. This hand feels very clunky. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, this hand is not great. You really have 2 options here.
Okay.
Actually, back and wait on your opponent's end step.
Oh.
Yeah. If not, then we'll play a different play line. Completely. So you have oh, we've gone all the way back here. You have 2 options here. You can either activate Fire on your opponent's turn with 1 of your blue, play the Oath of Loyalty, and then play out Art of the Phoenix War, and see whatever you draw. Maybe tutor for and inflame the Firebrand off your Salt the Wound. Inflame the Firebrand off of Lynx to play Salt the Wound for maximum value. Truthfully, I think here though, you just arsenal the Art of the Phoenix War, and yeah, you just kind of have to arsenal the Art of the Phoenix War. You're drawing. Actually, activate Fai here. We're activating Fai.
Pitching Dragon Power.
We're pitching the Cinder Skin for like maximum high roll equity.
Okay.
Because it's already kind of looking like we want to tutor for Inflame the Firebrand here. Actually, wait, no, we're pitching away the card anyway, so it should not matter much.
Okay.
Yeah, just let this happen. We're fine. Play out the Oath of Loyalty and then resolve the Art of the.
We are going to play the War out here.
Yeah, we're going to play the War out here. I think your hand's good. Okay. And I think it's good enough to convert. Like you're drawing some weird hands, but they're good enough to where I'm saying, okay, you can slam the Art of the Phoenix War and it's good. Okay. So yeah, play it out. Pitching the Dragon Power. Sense. This also allows us to, make sure we do get the hit in so we can trigger links here. Okay. When we hit, let's hit links here for Inflame the Firebrand.
Okay.
To make our Salt the Wound Draconic.
Oh, that's really good.
Yep.
Yes. Inflame.
Yeah. And what's great about this is that every single one of our attacks is going to come for breakpoints, and we haven't revealed that we have Salt in the hand yet. So there's a good chance that they leak 2 or 3 more damage.
Okay.
So yeah, go known information first. Swing the Emberblade.
All right.
They know we're gonna swing it at some point, so Giga's up. Yep. Do play out the Ronin Renegade before the Rising Resentment.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't really matter here. We're trying to get our opponent to not block, so playing Rising Resentment when it's less threatening, I guess, is better.
That's fair.
I assume that they cover this with like a card from hand plus a block, but nope, they let it leak through. I love Talishar players.
Wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Just extra value.
Yep. Get that Rising Resentment in there on the chain.
Oh, we don't want
And
to
the best
here?
part, you can Fai here. Either one's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I think Fai here is actually probably the better play. You're smarter than me.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's known information first. It's always the name of the game, and they have to commit a whole ass card here. Yeah, no, this is quite nuts. Yeah, just send the Rising Resentment in. They might. Yeah, no, we're very much so cooking here. This is quite good.
I was like, this feels awesome.
Yeah. This is why I said Inflame the Firebrand my best card in Pen. Just because like you see how it completely bails us out of like a weird Oath of Loyalty turn.
Well, and the fact that we've had so many things hit this turn as well, like we're gonna get they're gonna feel so bad when we put this on the chain here in just a minute.
Yeah. And they can't block the Inflame the Firebrand. So Salt the Wound will convert essentially to a Lava Burst worth of value here.
Oh,
it's gonna be 6 into
oh my gosh, this is 6? I thought it was coming in for 5.
Yeah, no, because we're triggering Shuko here too.
We are cooking this turn.
Yep.
This is gonna be for 6?
I think so. Congratulations, you have full tempo.
Oh my gosh. We are so back.
Oh my gosh. This hand's a beaut. Oh my gosh. God. You have 2 flames in graveyard, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Here's an important part about playing Fai.
Okay.
You want to have 2 flames in graveyard, 1 in deck at all times. You almost always want to make a play line that gets you the extra value of pitching the flame. So a lot of people would be like, okay, play Rise from the Ashes, use Tunic to play Flame Call Awakening. But I think the optimal play here is to play Rise from the Ashes, pitch that Phoenix Flame to Flame Call Awakening, so you maintain the 2-to-1 split.
Okay. All right. So
I think we have enough tempo where we can just dump our hand every turn and usually win the game. But none of the cards in your hand are screaming to me that we should arsenal them. So I think just play it out, leak a little bit of damage. And then once we see something better, then we can arsenal and set up and try to really maximize this last Art of the Phoenix War.
Okay.
Because the first one was a dud, the second one was cracked, and if we make the third one cracked, it's pretty much a done deal.
I was like, yeah, if we're able to have another turn like last turn, I mean, we chewed through equipment and did 14 points of damage when they had a 5-card hand. Like, that's insane.
Now imagine you were Syndra, and they just blocked twice, and then nothing good happens.
I would cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then display is for 3. Second Phoenix Flame is for 2. Compounding Anger for 5.
Yeah. So Compounding Anger is in fact Lavaverse copies 4 through 5 here because you're already triggering Shuko. You just trigger it so much in this deck. So usually the fact that Lavaverse is 2 or less is only really useful as a tutor target rather than getting the Shuko all the time.
It is really interesting. Like we talked about how the deck has changed, over its tenure in CC. And Lava Burst was such a key component of triggering Shuko back in the day. And now, feels like we're doing it all the time. We don't even need it anymore.
Yeah. We've just been given very powerful 2 or less cards, just flush with them.
Sounds like a good problem to have when your equipment blocks for 2 and gets 7 points of value over the course of the game.
Oh, yeah. You know it. Also, like a thing that's really good about Fai that people don't talk about is that you really devalue D-Reacts by running a bunch of 0 for 3s.
I've never thought about that. If all your cards are head gems, they can't block effectively.
Yeah, it is like a genuine thing where your opponent has to really consider Do they have a Blaze Headlong or a Mounting Anchor? And sometimes you just don't. And they have to just, their D-Rex only come in for 3. Okay. Good hand.
This hand is
Yeah,
interesting.
reasonable.
Are we going to do anything on their turn, or just draw up, or just
Nope.
go to our turn?
We're all good.
Okay.
We would if that Rise from the Ashes was maybe a less playable blow. But
Okay.
we have 2 flames in the yard. So we can do the nostalgic Fai thing of starter into blue into flame into lava burst.
So do we want to play this blue Rise from the Ashes here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do. We get the Phoenix Flame to come in for 1 to be our starter for this turn. And then we have another one in the yard that we can activate off a Fai ability. So it still curves out on a turn nicely well. Let me try to think about the math here.
Are we gonna
Still
arsenal
like a 3.
red?
Yeah, and an arsenal. So it's like 3 card 11 off of 2 blues and a lava burst. Pretty good.
I mean, works out well. That was one of the things that I felt like always made Fai really strong back in the day, is that you had just such this really good plan and to block with 2 cards and still get really good numbers on your own turn cycle.
For sure. Yep.
Plus, clearly our opponent does not want to block these little pings, the little pokes here and there. They're not interested.
Oh yeah. They're keeping cards here, which is, interesting of them, but it's 1-3 into 2. How are you blocking that effectively as a fatigue deck?
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Do you usually get people that watch your streams to be your opponents on these, just coincidentally by the fact that you're streaming and people want to play against you?
Yeah, that happens. That happens sometimes. Where people are like, "Oh, I want to." If I'm playing a deck that somebody wants to test against, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll try to snipe your game."
Yep.
Not that that's a bad thing. People normally close the stream so that they're not actually sniping me. But it's fun. It makes it very interesting because a lot of the people that hang out and watch are actually very good players. So it really puts me on the back foot sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Is this hand as good as I think it is?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just dependent on whether you want to play the second Rise from the Ashes to further put Can I be honest?
Please.
How many can we check your graveyard real quick?
Yeah, here, let me sort it for you really quick.
I think under these circumstances you keep the second red from the Rise from the Ashes, but if we had a third one in deck, I would definitely send both. But you're also not getting the utility out of what's it called? You're not getting the utility of having 3 flames and that you can play 2 Rise from the Ashes and still get your Fai activation.
Okay.
The only utility is playing them earlier in the chain to trigger Spinning Flames more. But I genuinely think that this turn is as good as you think it is.
So
just play out the line.
It was we lead on Rise from the Ashes, and then it's going to be Tunic for Spreading Flames.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is Phoenix Flame. That one's going to come in for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can Blaze Headlong for 4 into Inflame for 6.
Yep, and then a Phoenix Flame after that. Because you still have active.
Yep. They're on the horizon. Interesting. They're on all the slop.
I don't know, just play Sage, bro. I'm sorry. Anyways, no, it's so mean. Oh my god, I'm at the speed, I swear. I'm just being sarcastic for the content. You don't know how many times I've played at my local armories, and I'm like, I'm gonna play Scurv and have a great time. Block slot decimator. Okay, this is 0%er. I'm just gonna go home and cry.
Yep. I have been there. I went through a period of time where I was obsessed with making a library Bolton work. On a casual level, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just not very. Was it actually better to do this because it's for 6 and then this for 2?
No, do the Phoenix thing first.
Okay.
Actually, that might be better or worse. It just depends. I don't know.
I guess it depends on how their hand blocks.
Yeah, because it's you're still giving them an out to block with their 0-for-3s effectively, regardless. This just gives them only one chance to block for the 0-for-3 effectively. Actually, no, it's very similar. Okay, all right, yeah.
I was like, what?
Mhm.
I was
They can ripple away your display loyalty. That's like a blowout, actually.
I was
For
so
sure.
so confused.
Yep. Leak a little bit damage, set up your best arsenal target in your arsenal.
I mean,
That's pretty good.
sounds awesome. That's what we want.
Yep. Curious. Huh. Weird hand.
So I really want to save the rise for our like combo turn with the last like part of the Phoenix Warrior. But it would be really good with his hand.
It would be. You are absolutely right about that. We have 30 cards left in deck.
hmm
I don't know. There's the potential to get blown out by drawing a bad card off of the fire that burns within.
Okay.
Um at this point, the ball is in your court. I think me personally, with the way the opponent is posturing, and because the game is not a real game, I want to do the funny art of the Phoenix War thing as much as possible.
Okay.
However, I think the optimal play might honestly be aligned with fire. Which in this case, the optimal line would be Rise from the Ashes, Ronin Renegade, play the Phoenix Flame, it would probably involve you arsenaling the fire that burns. Just because you can't curve out with it effectively here.
Can we not go Rise, Ronin for 6, Phoenix
Oh, you're
Flame
right.
for 2, play this, activate it with the trigger on the stack, and then Lava Burst at the end?
Well, you got to pitch the card.
We have to pitch
We don't
this,
like
right?
pitching. We don't like to pitch reds. I think the alternative play line is Rise from the Ashes, Ronin Renegade, or Rise from the Ashes, Ronin Renegade, and Flame the Firebrand. And then you pitch the Phoenix Flame you got from the Rise from the Ashes to play the Fire that burns within, and then activate Fi in response to the Fire that burns within trigger. And then grab a Phoenix Flame from your graveyard. Let's do that line. That line sounds cool.
All right, so it's Rise.
Yep. Into Ronin.
Ronin for 6.
Yeah, this is a cool line. I don't know if it's gonna work, but like,
No,
I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna do damage, but
I was like, I'm interested to see how it feels, like how it plays out. Like the draw could be anything, right?
yeah. If the draws a 1 cost, we can arsenal it. If it draws a blue, we swing sword.
Okay.
If it draws on anything sword, we arsenal it. We're very insulated into like every single reality here,
Okay, so
which is like something you got to consider.
you said
Yeah,
Inflame?
inflame.
Okay.
Yeah, inflame firebrand. This is like when it's at its worst, but whatever. 0 for 2 go again. I'm fine with it.
I was like, we're getting our first step towards Shuko, which seems pretty like good this turn, and then like also like they're blocking ineffectively, which is fine. So
Yeah, for sure.
then we're gonna pitch the
And then
Phoenix Flame.
To play fire that burns within, we're gonna let the trigger on the stack exist. After play, like right here. Yeah, and then activate 5. The timing is very important. But it's not the hardest timing ever. It's just something you need to do.
No, that makes sense.
Ooh la la. That's sword swing. Yay.
I was like, then we get
Got
to
3
throw
value.
Blade and then just come in for 5.
Yep.
Gosh, and
Seems
this is
pretty
for
good.
5 because of Shuko. Oh, we'd love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a solid play line. No matter like obviously there is the utility of keeping our last red rise from the ashes in the deck, especially after we played Phoenix Bannerman Head. We're not going to get a rise from the ashes art of the Phoenix War out of this game. But low key, the way the game's going, I don't think we need to get to that point.
May not matter the way it's going right now.
Yeah. Seems like a slow crawl to the Olympia's death. I will say, if you 40-0 this fool, I will cry laughing. This is awesome. This fight deck is so broken. I just 40-0'd my Olympia on Talishar.
That's all I'm gonna put on Blue Sky after this. No context.
Yeah.
That's just all it's gonna say.
The real social media app. Okay. Oh my god. I have so many bad experiences with Twitter. Everyone on Blue Sky is like most of them are reasonable, sane people.
I was like, I've not had a bad experience yet on Blue Sky. Like everybody's super friendly.
Yeah. You got this. I believe in you.
Hedgeb, Blade, this, do the thing again, and then we can throw display loyalty afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, you got it.
I
And
mean,
see, like Fire the Birds Within off a random 4-card hand is like, oh shit, this is like a 1 for 6.5. Like bless.
I was like, I love this.
Yeah, this card is so good, and it makes your mid-range matchups even better. It gives you another power card in your mid-range matchups besides Spreading Flames, which is extremely important and maybe arguably more important. I mean, I don't know. I always make fun of Art of the Phoenix War because it is kind of an over-centralizing card, but I think it is very cool.
Freaking go. You love to see it.
Yo, dumb dude on TTV. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Oh.
Also, by the way, Twitch chat and YouTube chat, I don't have my fancy nails on anymore. I apologize. I know everyone really liked them. I have to type on a keyboard. And it's a little hard with long stiletto nails that constantly scrape on the ends of the keyboard. And if you want to know what I'm typing, I'm actually writing an article for AGE Premium. You should go check that out. And also check out Zach's article on AGE. Anyways.
I cannot wait until your article's out. I'm very excited to read it.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time.
Do we Arsenal Dragon Power here?
Oh my god. You could do the... look at your graveyard. Oh wait, you already swung the blue. Of course you do. Yeah. You just play the Spellocy Arsenal of the Dragon.
Okay, so we are just going to throw this?
Yep, for sure. God, I love Dragon Power. This card is like... every time I draw it and it's like 5 or 6 value, I'm like, yeah. This card is so good, everyone else is wrong about it. No blocks? Oh my god. They're really trying to like deal some damage to you next turn.
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little sad. I was really looking forward to the 40-0.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh. What do we even do here? You have two fealty?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We can do the funniest thing imaginable here.
The craziest thing we could do would be block with a card in Shuko, just preserve the 40.
Yeah.
But that seems like too much.
Yeah, no. We don't want to give them any tempo. We have play optimally in this household. There's so many different lines here.
So the line I see, I'll tell my opponent we're thinking here, is Oath, Emberblade, pitching one of our blues, activate Fai, Ignite with the Ignite trigger on the stack, activate fealty token so that we can Dragon Power, and then we could block with locals and like a flight path or something.
This is true. You have 2 lines available to you.
Okay.
You can either A, play out a double Emberblade turn with Dragon Power at the end of it. Okay. B, you can play a single Ableblade turn with a Rowdy Locals that's Draconic into a display the Dragon Power that's Draconic on your turn to maximize all the value. Or you can do exactly what you just said, which is block with one of your blues, and I think just blocking with one of these blues makes sense, actually. You're going to get Tunic up to 3. Your cost curve is perfect for a double Emberblade Dragon Power turn, so might as well do that.
Okay.
Also, you know the interaction with with what's it called? Dragon Scalar Flight Path and targeting Emberblade in terms of like when you can target it.
You can do it anytime, right?
Yeah. But by the way, I figured that out at a random battle hardened. I was like, wait, and I asked the judge, I'm like, I read the card, I'm like, wait, can I do that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, this changes everything.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Shouts to judges, keeping the world, making the world go around.
All right, so we can use the Ignite as Emberblade or Tunic here. Like, we're gonna get to use both if we're gonna double Emberblade, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to do whatever we want because we have 5 resources technically available to us because we're discounting from Ignite and getting the Daniel Spring Tunic. So we're able to swing Ember Blade twice here regardless. So
Rose, thank you for the $2 super chat. Rose said, "Stop thinking like a guardian. Hit them hard." I'm sorry. I am guardian brained. It's been a while since I played Fai, okay?
yeah. All right, I'm gonna make you do the funny thing.
All right, hit me with it.
You're gonna play Ignite, and you're gonna need to respond to the Ignite trigger on the stack with Dragon Scaler. You've sequenced your turn in this way where this needs to happen.
Okay.
Because if you activate Dragon Scaler after Ignite fully resolves, you eat the cost
Ooh.
reduction on the Dragon Scalers. And this plays around that.
Okay. So we activate this with Ignite on the stack so that we don't lose the Ignite and we still get all of our value.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not on the stack. It's after the attack resolves, but the trigger goes on the stack. Because you still need the attack on the chain for Dragon Scalers to cost 0.
So the correct way to say this is with the Ignite trigger on the stack, not with Ignite on the stack.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This is also very good if you're playing an Art of the Phoenix War turn and you go 0 for 3 Ember Blade Ignite. You can, in response to the Ignite trigger, activate Fai, so you can float the cost reduction for your Art of the Phoenix.
Oh, that's cool.
It's very cool. Yeah. Yeah. At this point, I think we kill, maybe.
I was like, I'm very surprised we got a 4 block on our 2.
Yeah, and we still got a Phoenix Flame, so that's fun. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna live this turn. Rats.
So they have all 4 blocks?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and then we get to Tunic.
Fealty. Very beautiful,
5.
beautiful Marvel fealties. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, this turn feels sad. The only thing that this turn feels great. The only thing that makes me sad about it is the fact that we took a damage this game.
This is true. This is true. That does make me sad.
Oh, so they wanted to keep the Visit the Golden Anvil. They wanted to reset all of their equipment.
Yeah. We just stopped the one gimmick. Oh,
This one's interesting.
oh, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're doing just fine. It's definitely Ronin into Rising, and if they let it hit, then we can do fun stuff. But otherwise, the Flame Call Awakening is actually more value than the Spreading Flames if you pitch one to play the other. So
Okay.
I think we'll do the funny thing here. In this case and scenario, yeah, play the Rising Resentment, obviously.
Okay.
But because we're down to 20 cards, we are getting to the kind of the end of our card pool. We just want to insulate ourselves into some any bullshit happening. I don't want you to play out both Phoenix Flames unless you know you can kill. So send the Flame Call Awakening, pitching the Spreading Flames.
Okay.
You're gonna play the Phoenix Flame from hand to come in for 3 and then 1. And then I want you to arsenal the second Phoenix Flame to ensure that we have more of an offensive overlap turn. Because they're going to want to give you their last card anyways. So it's a very powerful play line to against fatigue decks. You want to have a turn with 1 Phoenix Flame, and then you want to have a turn with 2 Phoenix Flames. Then 1, then 2. And 1, then 2. Or then in this case it's 1 and 2. But you usually like to do 0 flames, 2 flames. 0 flames, 2 flames.
Okay.
It's very powerful. So yeah.
Well, I feel like there's also the world where they block with equipment here, or they don't block, and go down to 2, and then they're waiting to block with the last one, and we just get the value of setting up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What did
you want? You know what's so funny? This completely bailed us out of this turn.
What an interesting hand.
I think you still kill here.
All right, you're gonna have to walk me through it then.
You have to pitch the Phoenix Flame.
Okay.
You pitch the Phoenix Flame, play the Blaze Headlong, play the Phoenix Flame from Arsenal, activate 5, play Phoenix Flame.
Are we leading on Spreading Flames?
It's a toughie. Actually, they're at 2, right?
Yeah.
They definitely kept that card. It might be a direct. I assume it's not a direct. Let's assume it's not a direct. They have 12 cards. They have 12. Let's say they have like 12, 13 block value. The maximum damage you can present here is Spreading Flames into Phoenix Flame into Phoenix Flame. So that's a total of 8. Then you can do a Phoenix Flame for another 2, so 10, and then Blaze Headlongs for 15. And so that can all go together. Yeah, I think that's the best line.
Okay.
Best thing you can be doing.
We're going to lead on Spreading Flames?
The Sleeping Spreading Flames pitching the fire that burns with it.
Okay. Oh, so that we can play all 3 Phoenix Flames this turn and get value?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, even our Blaze Headlong will get value here.
Yeah, which is going to be quite nice.
Wow.
They're just going to have to give us a lot of cards. If there's a D-React in Arsenal, then tough shit. They're still down to 2. We have 16 cards in deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're at 39 life. We can take like 9 Decimator swings. And do our Phoenix Flame loop. So we're chilling.
We can take 9 Decimator swings. What a place to be in this late in the game.
Yeah. Like, even if somehow we get down to the last cards in our deck, the Phoenix Flame loop should win, which is really funny because I've gone famously on record that I've never actually had to resolve a Phoenix Flame loop in my life. So this will be like the first time for everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's just never been useful. Like, most of the time, there's not been like a legitimate scary ass fatigue deck. Oh, okay. Yeah, we win the game. There's not been like a scary enough fatigue deck into Fai that can effectively fatigue him, like something like an Olden of old.
Sure.
So yeah.
That was what we used to have to play that for. We used to have to play the Phoenix Flame loop so that we could beat Oldhams back in the day. And I remember, like, as someone who played a lot of Oldham, that was like a nightmare scenario for me.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of like Guardian aggro flexible, which I think is really cool. I need to learn how to play a Guardian one day. I just don't play them.
So I don't know. Have you ever played other card games? Like before?
I played Magic Commander, and it was like, this is the most like friend slop social politic bullshit I've ever seen in my life. This is like my first competitive card game.
Okay. So I played Magic a lot before this. And I was like... We just got juiced.
Oh my god, we got so juiced. That was an Oasis as their last card. We could have killed them last turn. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I just thought the game was over.
It's so funny in hindsight.
Do we still have one of these?
Yeah, we do.
We're supposed to Arsenal this?
Yeah, we actually are. You're gonna activate Fire on your opponents.
Oh.
This is really funny. Oh my god. What a game. But yeah, you were talking about competitive Magic.
Oh, I played Magic for like 7 years, and I always played aggro, like burn, aggro, whatever I could play. And then when I got into Flesh and Blood, I forced myself to play Oldham when I started because I was like, "You're going to learn to do more than one thing in this game."
I see. That's actually really cool. Yeah.
I guess it doesn't.
Pitching the overcrowded. Yeah, it doesn't really matter here between the two. And then we're just gonna do the classic 0, 3, 2, 5. Strip every card. And then Arsenal Rise from the Ashes, and we should have our last Heart of the Phoenix War online. And then we'll have a bunch of blues to play it with. There's an argument that you keep Lava Burst here, but you probably shouldn't because a lot of your blues are finishers. You also have the utility of having fealties here, so you'll be very fine. You're well insulated here.
This is one of the play lines that I do remember when you got stuck with like this like weird one and you had to like activate Fai on your opponent's turn just so that you could make it happen.
Oh my god, we are doing like a mini loop with a Lava Burst at the end. That's fun.
Yeah. I was like, except we get a 0 for 5 at the end of the turn.
Yep. Should be enough. And it's going to be very anticlimactic because we're going to play Rise from the Ashes into Art of the Phoenix War, and then the one extra value that's going to come over is going to win us the game. So,
Name a better duo than Kobe and Shaq. Aggro and Ashland. Heck yeah. I love that. What a name, Chris.
We're vibing. We're having a great time.
100%.
It's like, you know, the one GIF where they're like passing the ball at each other and they're just dunking it down. I feel like I don't know. This feels like a level of dominance that it's hard to achieve. Oh my god, sexy ass turn. Sorry, I should probably keep it BG on the stream, but you know.
You are fine. You are fine. I promise.
Yeah.
No!
Wait, we're fine. We're so fine.
Okay.
We're so fine. This is really funny. We're gonna say, wait, dog. Do we just say peace and pass?
I mean, we are at 39. Like, we could probably get away with it.
Okay, check their graveyard real quick. Check the graveyard. We're checking for Erase Face, or we're checking for Command and Conquer. 3 Command and Conquer, 1 Erase Face. Ooh. Okay. You have 13, they have whatever. Dog, I'm passing. We're doing peace for the bit.
Peace for the bit. I love it.
We don't get to activate. We don't get to do our fealty here, which sucks. But it's like, there's also, yeah. Wait. No, do war. We're stupid.
Wait,
sorry. We can go back.
We want to do war.
No, just pass. I was gonna say swing Everblade for Cinderskin for maximum value, but it doesn't matter here. Just pass.
Okay.
The fries in the back. If they erase face us, I'm gonna cry laughing.
Oh man.
They probably have it. I mean, they might have 2 left on the deck. I don't know. Like we got the room to breathe.
I mean, if we lose this game, I'm just deleting my YouTube channel. Like, it'd be the
if we lose this game and you're like, Ashlyn, I don't think this is the truth. I'm like, I understand. Yeah. All right. Okay, we win the game. Cool.
Oh, no blocks to the moon.
Yep. Yerp.
This is one of our 9 DGA hits we can take.
Yeah. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, they can't even loop Warmongers again here. So funny.
Yeah, like this is total like.
Oh my god, they play Sigil Sauce. What a blowout.
We're getting juiced.
Yeah. You get to do the thing. Congratulations. We get the Tunic here.
Oh, we wanted a Tunic here?
Yeah, just in case we like draw something weird.
Okay.
Like we're always tunicking on this turn. But it doesn't it actually might matter, like unironically.
Okay. So
they're like
Tunic.
Oh my fucking god, what a juiced hand. Yeah, just play the hand, kill him.
You laughing?
Sorry. We have like, I forgot that we just like are not even in our pitch deck yet. This is so funny. I thought we kind of were. See, this is me being a 5 player. I've never like had to like pitch deck before.
I've never had to pitch deck. They're dead when I get there.
I had like a game against Lucas Oswald, where he was on Acilio and he was like assembling like a game-ending combo in his second cycle, and he was like deliberating on his turn and how to play it. And I'm like, take all the time you need. I don't even know what's in your second cycle. I'm too much of a 5 player to know. And this is like a match that if I win, Lucas Oswald's out of the tournament. It's just like,
oh wow, that's awesome. I love that.
So just good for 4. Wowza. Yep. I'm surprised this Olympia made it this far. This is like actually quite impressive for like the circumstance we found ourselves in.
I genuinely did not think the game would still be going on. I assumed the game would be over at this point.
Yeah. God, they had. We could have got blown up by Provoke. I'm a little stupid.
I would have been okay. We'd have given one of the blues, right? Would have been fine.
Yeah. Display loyalty. Fai is loyal to the Emperor now. He's kind of fake as fuck. I'm kind of mad at my goat. Like he's like, God, I love the Emperor. I'm gonna swear an oath of loyalty.
He's sold out, huh?
He's sold out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting the old
Please
chat enabled. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Please tell me that this person isn't listening to the stream.
Would be funny.
I Pray on everything here.
Oh, I'm imagining right now they just type in the chat, yes, I'm listening to the stream. Like, that's what I'm imagining.
Thank you for you. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're so nice. Victory!
I could type, maybe. So, Ashlyn,
Well
we
done.
have a, let's see, I have it on here. We have a tradition around here that when we win a game, we confetti. And I put confetti on the screen.
Oh, okay,
You
cool,
probably
cool.
you probably can't see it, but if you go back and watch the
Oh,
stream,
yeah,
you'll be
yeah.
able to see it.
Don't worry, I just love listening to my own voice, so I'll be sure to like go back and watch the entire thing. This is like my entire like persona. If you meet me, if you like interact with me more, is that I just like am fake overconfident about everything. Even though that is absolutely not the case. Oh, this matchup is like this matchup is you win, but he drags you to like the muck and the mire. Like it can get freaky real quick.
This does not seem like a fun matchup.
Yeah, go to your deck and just like replace a compounding ingot with a tenacity. Which is far right. Do the Art of the Phoenix Wars, the Flame Call Awakenings, the 2 Flames, and the Phoenix Bannerman head, and the Inflame, and then you're good.
Okay,
Skadoosh.
let's run it.
Yep. I kind of wanted like a more meta deck, but like this is a good showcase.
I mean, I understand.
Oh my! Oh! I could cry. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's turn 0, so it doesn't matter. But wowie. If I'm you, I'm Arsenal passing. Especially since we're playing into a Riptide who might gain value off of like trapping us. Like, truthfully.
Okay.
It's yeah. Depending on what card we draw, it'll change the way we play this. But at the very minimum, we have a powerful Spreading Flames turn. At maximum, we have a double Anthem turn. So
Are we arsenaling the Art of the Phoenix War?
Yep.
Okay.
This might change things. Yeah, leak damage here.
Okay.
Yep. Just play out the Spreading Flames, Sword, Ignite, Phoenix Flame, leak 6 damage. It's better than anything else here.
Ooh, Anonymous is watching us. I don't think I've ever seen it say Anonymous before.
That's spooky. Does it usually tell you?
Yeah, normally it tells me like who's watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they must have
That's
like
fun.
a private.
Oh no, we got pinked. Sad. Well, definitely Arsenal passing was the call here then, because they would have trapped and then loaded in the Sunless Arrow and it would have gotten the value.
Yeah, that would have been a blowout. All right, so we go to 39.
Yep.
Yeah,
actually, yeah, no, this is good. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
We have to play Ignite third so that we can get the value.
Yeah, we could also play it second here and then oh my gosh, you're just gonna leak so much damage.
Oh, this feels pretty good.
Zach, do you want to do the funny thing?
Yes.
Let's do the funny thing. You're gonna play Ignite in response, activate Fai, and then play Art of the Phoenix War.
Okay.
This back will be blown out, and then activate Fai.
Yep.
Play Art of the Phoenix War.
I have to let this resolve first, right?
Yeah, let this resolve first. Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't like come up with this turn 0. I just didn't expect us to be doing this. But this is correct. Like this is obviously the correct play. Oh, this is great. This is oh my god. Zach. Holy shit. What a turn. Okay. You got some options here.
Wheels spinning.
We're activating Dragon Scalers, targeting our Emberblade, and we're grabbing Fire That Burns Within in our deck.
I didn't.
And we're closing the
option
chain
to search.
Oh, because of the traps. No. Okay, it's okay. What do we do here now? God, these pesky traps really put a thorn in our side.
Is that the rest of the turn?
Next time an attack action card. So the sword hit.
Oh,
so that was the
gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect it to kind of be like weird like this, I guess.
I mean, we could come in with the Cinderskin Devotion?
I think you Dragon Scalers here. For sure. Targeting your blade.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is the correct line. It's the correct line. Yeah, target the sword. Swing it again for it's 4 here because of Spreading Flames.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And this is good. After this, I'm going to want you to close the chain and play Rise from the Ashes, and then the Phoenix Flame will come in for 5 because of Shugo and Art of the Phoenix War.
So Rise. Wow, we are leaking so much damage.
Yeah, they took 16 damage turn 0 and blocked with their whole hand.
Wow.
Yep. This is what happens when people disrespect and try to do some funny shit when we just Arsenal pass into decks like this.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I was not ready for them to be at 24 when the first turn ended. That is insane.
Yeah, that turn could have been a lot worse for them if they didn't have Tarpet Trap. So, how many Phoenix Flames in your graveyard? 1? Yeah, that's all right.
Just the one.
Okay, we'll just see what they do. But now they have an Endless Air in Arsenal, which doesn't allow them to get go again. So it's either a lot of buffs into this. It's just like it's weird for them to convert.
I feel like this hand's also really good.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's how it feels playing this deck. You draw 2 blues and you're like, wait, this hand's kind of gas. Like this is really good. You just constantly feel that way playing this deck. Oh,
this has no text. I love this.
Yeah, because they don't have 3 face down traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we just take 10. Like,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we don't care.
They are setting up a 5-card hand, which is pretty cool off the Ponder token, but
yeah. It's what you think.
So
just play out the hurt
my first thought was Spreading Flames pitching this. No, actually that doesn't work, does it? Because we're 1 resource short.
It's Rise from the Ashes. You get the Phoenix Flame in the first 3 chains, which allows you to buff up either your Display Loyalty or Searing Ember Blade on the 4th chain link, which you otherwise wouldn't.
Okay, so we're going to start on Rise.
Yep. Which is going to get us 1 value from its effect. And then we're going to be able to now play the Spreading Flames out and get the Phoenix Flame a chain earlier than otherwise, which would then cash us in for 1 value later. So the Rise from the Ashes is technically 2 value here.
Okay.
It's just a solid 4-card play. You know? There's also potential to grab a Lava Burst for 7 here. If you, in another life, want to be a McDonald's employee and put the fries in the bag, you can for sure grab the Lava Burst and come in for 7, and that probably just wins you the game on the spot. So, what does this do? I haven't played Riptide in so long.
This thing says
that's the reaction
3.
one.
Yeah, this is reaction.
Oh yeah, that one's straight booty cheeks.
It's like, yeah, that thing says block 3. Did we get it now?
No.
We just want to wait.
And the reason why is that you could get blown out by the go again trap.
Collapsing trap. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix Flame here. Known information first.
Man, I wish we had a second one in our yard so that we could like buy back.
Yep. I feel you. So why this card is Rise from the Ashes is just a crazy fucking card.
We used to a long time ago played it because it was like an anti. Oh no.
I'm trolling. It's okay. Actually, no, this is fine. Because they would have played it on 3rd chain. They're already losing one block value playing it here. It's not a big deal. I forget that Riptide sometimes messes up your sequencing because of the presence of frailties and inertias and all that jazz.
So do we want to go 2 into 4? Or do we want to go 3 into 3?
I would say go 3. What do you mean 2 into 4?
So if we play this here, it would be for 2 because of the frailty.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you do 2 into 4 here. Deny the value of a block card here if they want to do it. And then it also means you come in for a breakpoint on the next chain, so you can more easily trigger Mask of the Pouncing Lynx here.
Oh, nice.
The one way this gets blown out is a collapsing trap. But if they collapsing trap us here, it's like, whatever, man. Your best card in your deck got removed and it got you 3 value. Congratulations.
I was like, that's the best card they have against us.
Yeah. It's the one way you can lose the game is if you have to play a turn cycle where you can't play around it, and then the cards you draw completely lose you the game and like turbo break you. But,
Okay. Getting
Okay.
an arm piece here. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if anyone out there is like me, but when I play video games, I have to have a blanket on my lap, or if I'm on my computer. It's just a comfort thing. I'm gonna kick my knees up to get a little more comfortable here. So if you see this little white glob, it is the nice fuzzy blanket I have on.
It's so funny that you say that because my wife has like a nest. She has like 3 blankets on her chair that she just like encompasses herself with when she plays video games.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Okay. Hold up.
I was like, do we want to?
Check the number of chains that has been blocked.
Blocked with 1 card here. This was blocked out with 1 card.
They blocked with a card here every single one of these chains. You
Yeah.
go for tenacity with the fealty. And that is 8 value because you haven't triggered Shuko yet this turn.
Okay. Let's see. Tenacity. It's like I know I'll put it in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like 3 things hit, but they like blocked 4 times. So it's like, sure. Yeah, 8 value.
This just seems like a great turn.
Sweet.
Like this is just awesome.
And our fealty converted into 1 value here. So that's pretty swag. Yeah. And we have full tempo.
Wonder what we're gonna
It's
get.
like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, what a great turn. Like before this point, I think there was an argument that Fai can just lose to Goober decks, but what your deck is doing is so inherently powerful that decks like Riptide and decks like Olympia really just don't stand a chance. And it's like these are kind of the matches that very show you this hero's raw power is really high. It's like it is a hero that does a very powerful thing. It's just that the meta really didn't favor them. Yeah. Like
Want to block
sure.
this?
No. The guardian player on your shoulder needs to get kicked the fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
I could hear how you were like, no, like what's wrong with you? Why would we block here? And I was like, okay, I've got to play aggro decks more. I now have the opposite problem. I feel like where I'm playing too many decks that want to block.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, this is the great part about drawing natural Phoenix Flames. Just sometimes the discard effects work. You just start with Fire That Burns Within, discard the Phoenix Flame. Play it from there.
I was like, it just works out so well having it in your hand here.
Yeah. It's like Rise from the Ashes without the +3. But still pretty good. Oh my god, what a sexy ass turn. Holy shit.
With Tunic, this is insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh my god, if they had Balanced Justice, I would be crashing out, but they don't because they're playing shitty ass Riptide. Oh my god. Return Fire! Wowza. This is like the one good card they got like over the past couple sets. Every other card was like a niche. Like I need you to like at one point read like what's the card called? It's the one where they're in like a docking bay and there's a bunch of pirates and it's like plan. I think it's like Plan for the Worst.
Oh, yeah, they're yeah. It's a ranger card.
I like read that card and I'm like, what are we doing, dog? Like, what are we doing, LSS? Like, it's just such a weird card. Like, I don't know. They just keep printing weird Riptide cards. And then the one good card was like the one that's the 0 for 7.
The 0 for 7,
which is the one that banishes a card, an arrow from hand, puts it in your arsenal at the start of your turn, and gives it +3.
Oh, Return Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, Return Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that card's really good.
Mm-hmm. What a turn cycle.
This turn is so good. Drawing this card off the top was insane.
Yeah, you're gonna draw like a Blaze Headlong here, and all your magical Christmas Land dreams will come true. This is great too. Yeah.
If it would have been a Blaze Headlong, I'd have been like, okay, somebody is like dialed into the Matrix right now. Like that's an insane call.
Yeah. I have like a history of like I've played this deck so much that when I tutor for my Flame Call Awakenings, oh, joke's on you, buddy. We're not arseling. Whenever I like tutor for my Phoenix Flames, I always cut right to them. Like just like because I've just played the deck so much that the deck just gives like we have like a symbiotic relationship. I think like in a dream I made a contract with a demon that like you can cut to your Phoenix Flame 50% on Fi, but like sometimes I will force you to draw all 4 blue hands. And I'm like, okay, that's like a fine trade.
Oh,
And then I woke up and I didn't remember it at all.
that's so funny.
Like every hand you draw with this deck is like, oh, this just deals like 16 damage off 4 cards.
I
Cool.
was like, this hand seems like it's cooking.
Yep. Yep. Oh, you can do the fun thing. We're gonna be toxic. Block with Tunic and Rowdy. Because it's also a teaching moment.
I'm trying to see it.
Read Ignite's text.
Yeah, something gets -1. Are we gonna
Next Draconic
1,
card
2.
you play or activate.
So
5 becomes free here.
Ooh, okay. So we're gonna leave off the Ember Blade this turn.
Yep. And it's like I'm doing this just to showcase this to the chat, but Ignite being a card that allows you to grab the Phoenix Flame earlier in the chain is also very valuable. So in this hand, I feel good about doing it. And also denying the Endless Arrow is like actually a very reasonable play because you know it's going to be 4 more. I think their entire plan now is just to play Endless Arrow and block until they are chilling. But now we're not going to let them do that, and we're still going to present 4, 8, 13 damage off of 3 cards.
Yeah, 3-card 13 is not bad.
Yep.
Oh, Mellow, it's exclamation point deck for Ashland's deck.
Yep. Or you could just go on Fabrary and go to the tournament page, and I'm in there. Oh my god, I'm so glad I can flex that now. That's so cool. Oh my god.
It's a really
Oh,
cool
I'm so
flex to
hyped.
make.
Yeah. When they make Aurora Real deck, you gotta coach me because you're kind of like crazy with this Aurora deck. Like,
I'm so excited to play Aurora again.
yeah. God, I don't want to remind you of things to come or whatever, like of past traumas, but I got to be honest. Like, I'm so glad that content creators are actually good at this game. Like, you nearly top 8ing the Pro Tour, which is like such an impressive feat. Even though I know it ended in disappointment for you, and you would much rather have gone in the top 8. Like, being on a winning in a Pro Tour as like a content creator, like we put respect on our names. Okay, we're doing what we got to do.
It was a very fun moment. And like I just being there was just a lot of fun. So I wish I would have had more Prism reps and sideboarded better, but you know, that's
Don't we all want more Prism reps? That deck fucking sucks.
Has our opponent just like shame conceded? Have they just like shame
I don't
left?
know. I think you go refresh the page and then wait 5 seconds and then claim the victory.
Oh, my button went away.
Oh yeah. Wah wah.
That's okay.
Just concede the game. It's okay.
Uh-oh. Did my internet cut out or did Ashley's internet cut out?
From the
Uh-oh. Chat, are we still here? Hang on. Is the stream still up? It appears that the stream is still up. Ashland sounds like
I think.
Oh, there we go. I think we're back now. I think we're back.
Oh no, this is probably me. We're back. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I had to go to Oh my gosh. I had to go on Wi-Fi for longer because my Ethernet cable's not long enough anymore, which is really funny.
Oh,
I can take like a photo of it. The Ethernet port is directly next to my PC. But there is not a single Ethernet cable in my house that's longer than 1 foot. I need to go out and like buy a new one.
So I had to do that. because so my wife plays games all the time, and she wanted to be plugged in straight to the internet. So we bought like one of those like 100-foot cables, and I've run it through our house so that she can have plugged in straight to the router in her room.
Yeah. The 100-foot ones are fun. I had like the whole bit with I was like at like a campus apartment.
Mhm.
They didn't fix the Ethernet in my room. So I had to get a long ass cable. And it got to the point where the cable was kind of a tripwire. So every time I had like someone come over, I was like, "Hey, please do not trip over this cable. You will pull my PC with it and it will explode."
Yeah. No, that would not be fun. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went 2-0. I mean,
Yeah.
the deck feels really strong.
Yay.
If you had to give me your elevator pitch on why I should play Fai on Saturday, hit me with it.
I think the best part about playing Fai is your matchup spread is really even across the board. You have play into every single deck you play against. You have play into Victor. You even have play into shitty ass Marlin. Your deck is just very good at doing the most powerful thing it can do. It is very flexible. It is very dynamic depending on the matchup. It's really fun. But I think we can both agree that one of the most fun types of decks to play at a larger important event is one that just says, if you play well, you can win any matchup very easily. And Fai is definitely the deck to do that. You were doing such a powerful thing. And in most matchups, the games will play out very similar to the ones that we played today, where you will not have to do anything fancy besides some new sequencing, which you got the hang of very quickly in the games that we played.
Thank you.
And so the only kind of, thing that I would say would maybe steer you in a different direction is playing kind of the mid-range configuration. It might be a little tough to just raw dog that for your first couple games, but it shouldn't take too long. Also, like, the deck is extremely fun. I could tell that you were like, the one meme where it's like the food critic from Ratatouille and like it flashbacks to when he was like a child.
Yes.
I could see like the gleam in your eyes when you were like playing these play lines. So that's like, why not go on a nostalgia trip? Well, with also like probably the best aggro deck in the format right now.
The Ratatouille meme, like 100% feels accurate tonight. Like this was very much like a going back to where I started kind of moment. Playing Fai tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I ask everybody this question. If you had to give one piece of advice for people who are looking to learn the deck, or maybe they've been playing Fai for a while, but they're looking to up their game, what's one piece of advice you would give to all the people watching at home?
Okay. I know this is going to sound obvious, but it is the fastest way to get good at this hero above anything else. Goldfish, 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 goldfish. If you go to your armory with this deck, I want you to have goldfish 25 games in your room while you're on your PC. I see you watching that summoning salt video. Do something with your hands. Play through a play line, right? I think the fastest way to get good at this deck, especially with a deck that has like a game plan that usually, especially, and this with playing aggro decks, is that when like this deck doesn't, in a lot of matchups, doesn't need to really interact with the opponent. And the fastest way to get to understand the lines, any piece of advice I can give you in the realm of like, here's a really specific line or like an arsenal priority list, like you'll learn that quickly through just playing a bunch of physical games, like imaginary physical games, like practicing taking up the tunic and seeing how that curve works out. I implore you to do that, and I genuinely think that will get you by far the farthest in your eventual success with this deck.
Okay.
Because it is very sequence heavy. You have to be good at sequencing to pilot this deck well, and you have some really weird sequencing stuff. We saw it on stream today where we had like I think one of the weirdest ones was the Rise from the Ashes. It was the Rise from the Ashes with with no tunic, and we had to pitch to the Phoenix Flame we got to activate Fai and then get the fire that burns within effect. And it's like the more you goldfish, the more you'll see those lines. So that's probably the number one piece of advice I'd give anyone into learning this deck.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Also, sorry, you guys have pointed it out. Yes, confetti. I missed it when our opponent.
Oh my
left last game.
god!
My bad, everybody. Ashlyn is like a closing thought. You know, like, is there anything you want to plug or people you want to shout out?
Shouts to the Phymelia. Shouts to Purple Fly Chat. Shouts to like everyone watching the stream. I have no idea what's going on. I haven't been checking the Twitch chat because I don't do well with being distracted by shiny objects. But I'm so glad y'all watching the stream. I implore you, please, if you have the time, go and be on the lookout for my AG premium article. It is a really cool subscription service. They're going to keep fleshing it out with more and more articles, and I'm just really looking forward to writing it. And I would say try to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think at this point, I've gotten to a point in my life where, you know, I'm not going to be a consistent uploader. I'll upload like a video once a month, once every 2 months when I get the time to do so. I'm at a very interesting point in my life where I have to get an apartment and a job. And so, you know, once I'm a little bit more stable, maybe the uploads can, you know, get a little bit faster. But for now, just be on the lookout for, I'm going to try to review all my games from Nats and going in depth. And I've like watched those games back to back or a lot. And I've like found some really cool alternative lines that I think I want to like talk to the people with. So be on the lookout for that. And shout out to my team, the Rock Throwers. I will say that I am on like, our team is like a joke team that we got jerseys for because we thought it would be cool.
Okay.
But if any random team is like, hey, Ashlyn, you want to be on our team? Just hit me up. But I'm not gonna go e-begging for teams. I'm gonna be honest. If no team is like, if I get like crickets in my DMs, then I'll just be like, I'll just keep throwing rock and eating hot chip and lying as me as a woman does after the year like 2000. So,
well, I feel like if you don't get any DMs about joining a team, I feel like that's a real shame. When you guys head over to AGE Premium to check out Ashlyn's article, make sure you use code Breakpoint5. It's going to save you 50% on that first month. That's the only thing I'm going to plug. I promise. It's the only thing I'm going to plug tonight.
Thank you. I feel like an idiot now because I should have asked Bryce to just give me a free AGE Premium so I could like read up on the other articles. But me being the good Samaritan, I bought the whole thing because I believe in the product. And I didn't know there was a promo code. God damn it. Apparently I'm just like oh my god, yeah, because like, I watch like all the Breakpoints episodes. And then the one episodes I don't are the ones that actually like, I bought something. Besides like the Febblazing stuff, which I've had subscriptions for and rebought when I really needed it. Also, by the way, the draft tool is the most insane crack thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Unironically, my 5-1 draft is very much so partially responsible because of that service on Febblazing. So y'all should really check it out. And the fact that shit is free is ridiculous. Like
it's
that
crazy.
motherfucker should be charging like $10 a month for that service alone. But we just got a generous group of people. So
I could not agree with you more. Flesh and Blood community is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ashlyn, thank you so much for being here and walking us through Fai and the deck and everything. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you at home for hanging out and watching. Podcast coming out tomorrow. If you're a YouTube member, you'll get that early in the morning. If not, it comes out at lunchtime. And then no streams this weekend. Father's Day on Sunday and a tournament on Saturday. So I'll be busy, but we will be back on Monday. Take it easy, guys.
Bye-bye.
Full access to roast